We are a week out from the Senior Bowl, so much will change. But some things don't change. That's me and Alex doing a 3-round mock draft. How are you doing today, Alex?
Dude, I'm doing great. Always fun to be able to talk about this, and even more fun to be able to go boots on the ground in Mobile.
Oh, man, I'm excited. I can't wait. Man, that Ghost in the Machine IPA, I'm coming for you. That thing was delicious.
Dude,
but
it is good.
If you haven't checked out Alex, he's Hail Mary Sports. Go ahead, I'll leave, it's a collab, so they should be able to get to your thing, but I'll put it in the description nonetheless. You're the odds, so please take your time with the Raiders while I consider what the heck to do with the Jets.
Well, for those of y'all who are wondering, we of course are recording this before the national championship, so unless something insane happens, Fernando Mendoza is going to be the number one pick. The Raiders need a quarterback. Fernando Mendoza brings both the talent floor that you need, but also he brings the personality that you want in being essentially like your own face of the franchise. He seems like a great guy, so makes sense. Just draft the guy who ends up giving you the best odds at being able to bounce back.
Yeah, anytime he does his like post-game interviews, have you seen those like YouTube shorts or TikToks? Those two guys they'll sometimes do guys who just don't talk crap back.
No,
it's pretty funny. But
okay, I gotta look that up.
Dude, Mendoza, I'm watching him after the Oregon game, and he's just like, "Yeah, Cristobal, I'm down from Miami, and try to recruit me. Great coach there, just talking up our defense." And I'm like, "Say something bad.
Talk your shit, bro."
Yeah.
That's
Speaking of Miami, I think this is where I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go with Ruben Bain to the New York Jets. I don't know exactly what they're going to do with Jermaine Johnson. I think he's got another year on the contract. I think this is simply take the best player on the board. You can make the case for Arvell Reese, but he's in that weird tweener phase of coming from off ball to straight up edge. If I'm taking you at 2, you're an edge player full time. You're not doing this split. I know Ruben Bain. Oh my gosh, he's got little T-Rex arms. But you watch the tape, and this dude gets after it. Give me the guy that's constantly wreaking havoc in the backfield, and that's Bain. I think he's got a good get off. I think he plays with urgency. I think he's very technically sound in how he gets pressure. Does he have the length to consistently finish those sacks? Maybe not. But at least he's wreaking the havoc, and then others can maybe reap the rewards, like an Akeem Mesidor.
Right. Well, the last time we kind of talked about an edge at the top of the draft at number 2 who had short arms, ended up going to a team where Aaron Glenn coached, Aiden Hutchinson.
That's what I was thinking too.
So I actually really like that. And I'm hoping, because this is like the worst number 2 pick you could be in, because the talent you could probably get number 6, pretty close. But to be fair, Ruben Bain has, I think, 2-inch shorter arms than Aiden Hutchinson did.
Yeah.
That is a big difference. So we're not saying it's a 1-to-1, but arm length didn't end up being the issue there. Might not be the issue here. Number 3, Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to make this one quick and easy. I think that the number one way to rebound is through the trenches, and the right tackle spot vacant. CeCe Maui Noah's had a fantastic offseason, or I guess postseason, I should say, and going to ride the hot hand. I don't know if, tonight/last night's going to be a big indicator of this, but he's been fantastic versus some really good high quality edge rushers. He looks like one of the highest floor players in the class. Looked great when I saw him in person at SMU. We beat them. Woo woo. But I'm going to go with him here at number 3 for the Cardinals because it's a vacant right tackle spot, poor tackle class, and it's still solid value.
Yeah, I'm going to be very intrigued to see how, honestly, what we do at tackle on day 2 in this mock.
Yeah.
Again, simple and sweet. This team has a quarterback who's coming off a rookie year, and he lacks weapons. Let's take a shot on the first pass catcher off the board.
Okay.
I think this probably comes down to Tyson and Tate. I love Mekhi Lemon.
He's really fun.
I will say, hey,
yeah,
secret. I basically have all three of the wide receivers just one after the other on my big board.
That's fair. They're all so damn solid, man.
Yeah, I think I want to swing for the upside. I'm looking for a potential top 10, top 15 wide receiver in the league with this pick. Hopefully the medicals check out. Again, none of the injuries correlate, but could be talking about a guy that's just a glass cannon. But I'm going to take Jordan Tyson to help out Cam Ward.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. So there's some alternatives that people will bring up for the Titans, like Arvell Reese. Some people will bring up even Jeremiah Love. I would say the level of difficulty it is to get a starting high quality pass rusher, although it's not easy, is a lot easier to find than a true number one wide receiver. So that's something you have to pay for unless you end up getting really lucky like the Rams with Puka. So I definitely agree. We'll leave it to the doctors to determine whether it's actually something to worry about. There are also players who never get hurt in college who just end up being glass in the NFL. So it's just something that we can conjecture, but I don't think ends up coming to fruition. Number 5, New York. See, this one for me is between 2 players, technically 3. You talk about Carnell Tate. I do like the idea of investing in the offense. To be fair, Harbaugh drafted 2 round 1 wide receivers in like the past 6 years. So it's not out of the realm of possibility, even though he's on record saying wide receiver is a crapshoot. He has drafted them before in the first. But there's an appreciation for elite defensive back play. And I prefer Caleb Downs. I could think Arvell Reese would provide the opportunity for you to go and remove Kayvon Thibodeau from the future, save some money there, reallocate it elsewhere. But I think Caleb Downs is the highest floor player in the class. He's been consistent for multiple years. And, sometimes just getting a super high quality defensive back ends up paying off. And you know who found out? The Ravens did when they drafted Kyle Hamilton. A little bit later than this, but Caleb Downs, I think, is a pick.
Hey, number 1 player on my board. So
same here.
It's just
isn't that weird?
I mean,
such a weird feeling.
I legit have 2 blue chip prospects, and both of them aren't premium positions.
I thought you said Mendoza was number 2 on your board.
Yeah, but that's because of quarterback value. Yeah,
got it. Who's the other blue chip?
I went with Love. I kind of see him as like he's not to me at least. He's not an Ashton Genty, a Saquon, a Bijan. And to be fair, Genty, it's not like he had like a physical trait that popped out. It's just like that production was insane.
Ridiculous.
And with Love, it's like, okay, he's big, he's fast.
Yep.
He's in the upper percentile when it comes to like forced missed tackles and stuff. Consistently, even if it's not like elite game changing, it's still boom. It's among the best in this class.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of see, I don't know. I just see it as like, I don't know if I'd take that guy in a normal draft class in the top 10.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of these guys that I definitely think in a standard draft class, which maybe this is now standard with NIL and all that, but
it won't be next year.
Well, we won't have all the super seniors and stuff, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, it's getting to the point where we're getting absurdly back heavy in terms of having a lot of like the older prospects carrying this class in terms of floor. The ceiling definitely doesn't look too pretty.
Yeah. Cleveland Browns, by the way, this is what, offensive line or wide receiver? Carnell Tate is there. I think I'm probably just going to take him, and then I'll look for that offensive lineman at the back end of the first.
I think that's smart. Based on like where we're going to be taking offensive linemen and such, that there's going to be somebody there and there's not going to be a receiver. That checks out. Number 7 for the Commanders. I'm running this one into the podium, dude. It's Arvell Reese.
Okay. I figured. I was starting to think about what this says, but I was like, there ain't no way.
Yeah, no. There was no way I was going to allow that to slip. I mean, he's a novelty product that he's number 7 on my board too, so it adds up there. someone who could end up being a full-time edge, can end up being a full-time linebacker if you want him to. But at the end of the day, he does have a really good skill set for a team that could use both. So go after it.
New Orleans Saints, I'm taking Jeremiah Love.
There you go.
This is the pick. They have an offensive line that I think can facilitate a top-tier running back. Kamara's there for probably another year. He wants to be there, doesn't want to play anywhere else, so get someone that could be a good counterpart. Like, okay, you could say, hey, it's cool having, who was the Kansas kid? Devin Neal.
Yep.
Keandre Miller, when he's healthy, he's fun. They're not Love.
Right.
They're simply not Love. But once they kind of figure out the guard position, which I've never been a big Cesar Ruiz guy, but if he's like your fourth or fifth best offensive lineman, it's fine.
You'll be all right.
Radens, I don't know if he's a free agent this year, but he was kind of all right this season. As long as Eric McCoy's healthy, one of the better centers in the league, and you have probably one of the best young tackle duos or tandems right now emerging. So I think help Shuck. Just have him. Shuck. Yeah, help Shuck. What the Shuck? Just hand it off.
Dude, I mean, first off, shout out to New Orleans when they end up taking Shuck. Everyone's like, you're an idiot. Ends up panning out for the most part. I mean, to be fair, they're still sitting at number 8 overall. Still have their own respective issues. But comparatively to what we kind of thought, where Shuck was like getting destroyed for his low light reel tape from Texas Tech, it's good to see that at least maybe it's just Kellen Moore. I mean, coordinators matter a lot more than what we kind of give credit for. We put a lot of the credit on the quarterback and such. Coordinators do matter, and Kellen Moore made Jalen Hurts look.
I was going to say just the difference from Patullo to
in a year. Yeah, in a year you could see it. So let's not fully reward Shuck. Let's praise Shuck, but I do want to say Kellen Moore might have been an absolute home run hire right there. And guess who ended up thriving under Kellen Moore? Saquon Barkley. Top tier running back game, home run hitting threat. There you go. Dude, so I'm in full for that.
Back in Dallas, Kellen Moore loved the run game. Like people were like, well, Kellen Moore's kind of a passing guy. It's like, no, he does a lot of everything, but he likes his run game in like the top 10 when it comes to metrics.
Absolutely. So, I mean, shout out to the Saints for making the right hire right there.
We love the NFL draft, and now my draft guide is available for purchase. It comes with over 500 player backgrounds and close to 300 player evals. It updates throughout the whole draft cycle. So when I add a new eval or I change my rankings, you're going to be the first to know. It's going to have all the pro day and combine numbers along with analytics, and it's a Google spreadsheet for right now. So you have to include your email with the purchase, but we will be switching over to a website at the end of the year. And if you get it now, it's going to be cheaper now than it will be later. It's a great way to support the channel. And as always, much appreciated, much obliged.
Number 9, though, for the Chiefs. This is actually not as easy as I expected because usually there's somebody pretty obvious here. And there's a couple routes I think we can go, and I want to discuss this one with you. The underrated selection here is Mekhi Lemon, based on all the drama with like Rashee Rice. There's obviously the wide receiver core is just not where it needs to be. It's very possible they could end up looking for an early round receiver. Granted, they usually do that in like round 2. They're kind of like the Steelers in that aspect.
Yeah. They did draft Jalen Royals, which
they did.
I'm holding out hope.
We got fingers crossed for that. I think that would be the Rice replacement. And if they're going to have to end up making some adjustments there, because I don't know.
Have to, right? At this point.
It's getting a little ridiculous.
It's such a liability.
I know. It's like it's literally the Jordan Addison of the Chiefs. So is what it is.
Hey, okay. Jordan Addison ain't out here assaulting people. Okay.
I will say he is trespassing and getting arrested on a regular basis. But regardless, Keldrick Falk is the boring pick. He's a Spag style edge rusher. I don't think anybody's sold on it. The dark horse here is Peter Woods. Yeah. Because it's the best player available. Oh, really? Is that something you're on board with?
That's what I was thinking. Well, think Woods back in 24, he played a lot out on the edge.
It feels very Chris Jonesy in terms of the future role for him.
That's where my head was at.
So to me, it was between Lemon and Woods. I'm not going to throw the curveball with Lemon. I do think it's possible if they really start having issues and don't trust Royals. But Woods is my number 2 player in the entire class. He's also represented by an agency that has had guys drafted in the top 3 from defensive interior. So I do think that, Young Money won't take on somebody and not end up getting them as high of a draft pick as they should get.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. And people just look at Clemson and be like, "Whoa, Clemson kind of sucked this year." They disappointed. They were still a winning team, I suppose.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. Cincinnati Bengals, I'm going to run this sucker in. I'm taking David Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
I get pass rush, get help there. I mean, between Hendrickson, he's going to be leaving. Joseph Asai, who is probably their other most dependable pass rush. You got Miles Murphy, who is somewhat kind of emerging. We'll see.
Starting to.
Yeah. So this picks defense. It's defense all the way.
Yeah.
Or else you just hate Al Golden.
Who can hate Al Golden?
Who can? It's not his fault. Dude, defense is not the DC's fault in Cincinnati. It's the lack of
talent.
Get me help, and then also being able to correctly identify in the draft who are guys that can help you. That's been a big problem with Cincy too.
Yeah. So I'll ask you this. I know that the Bengals on later day 2, early day 3 have gone for the smaller type of edge rusher, i.e. Osai, but historically they've gone after more big edge rushers. Do you think that they'll adapt and actually, after kind of having a little bit of a whiff with Shamar Stewart in terms of the early production, go after someone who will be an instant pass rush help? Or do you think they go back to their tendencies and go after someone like Keldrick Falk, who could be almost like a Trey Hendrickson floor replacement?
Yeah, I think as long as that relative athletic score comes in looking nice, then Bailey makes sense if he's available.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, Bailey was just phenomenal this year in terms of on the field. Gotta slip that in there. But I mean, I was a huge fan of him coming from Stanford. Obviously, I thought Texas Tech did a phenomenal job in the portal. I didn't think Romello Height would have been as good as he was this year, but we'll talk about him later in this episode. Lee Hunter, God, yeah, what a pickup from UCF.
That makes me happy, and he started the year slow.
He did, it's good to see him bounce back. I was starting to really doubt my own ability to look at defensive interior based on the differential there. But number 11, Miami Dolphins. Let's work on this together. Mansour Delane's the popular pick. I don't mind it. I know some people have tossed in Spencer Fano as well for the guard or tackle position. I don't think that's a bad idea. But is there anybody else that you'd be considering this range? Maybe a Keldrick Falk to replace Jalen Phillips' vacancy. But I don't think we're kind of sold on that.
Yeah, it's just Falk. I don't know what you're going to be.
Right.
Specifically. And I don't trust the minds in Miami who are yet to be determined to figure that out. Honestly, right. I think the Dolphins are in such a dumpster fire that next year doesn't matter. Oh, yeah. Just take a player that's this is good player that we want on the roster for years to come.
To me, that would limit it to Mansour and Spencer Fano.
Yeah, I think those are the picks that make sense.
The thing is, I'm looking at 43 and what I could get there. So refresh me on the vision for the Dolphins line. On the right side, the long-term answer, do you guys believe that you have it?
Probably not at right tackle with Austin Jackson. I think he's got another year on his contract, and he's been a little banged up, but when back on the field, he kind of regains that form to what he was his contract year. Okay. So he's fine. He's fine.
So Fano would be a short-term guard with the ability to be essentially the swing tackle in case of injury. I think I'm going to go Mansour Delane. It's hard to build up a reliable corner core. He might have 10th percentile arm length, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's how you use it. I see corners with really long arms that have no ball skills. I'd much rather have a corner that can, at least produce with what they have. And Mansour's been a top 5 player in the country this year. We'll see if it translates to the NFL at the same level.
Yeah, I mean, you could play him in the slot. You could play him in the box as a safety. He did that at Tech.
A lot.
Play him at outside. Like, you just move him around. Doesn't matter. Just figure it out. Just get a dog. Woof,
absolutely. Woof woof.
All right, I'm gonna keep this one.
Gojo.
I'm gonna keep this short and sweet though. Sonny Styles coming off the board to the Cowboys. It's a very good linebacker class. I think no one's. I think Sonny Styles. You could argue he was the best player this season for Ohio State. The transition from safety to linebacker over the last couple of years finally took hold, and it looked utterly beautiful. Why is Kenneth Murray still a starter in the NFL?
Arrogance. The terrorist himself has been removed. Don't worry. Matt Eberflus can't hurt you guys anymore. But
dude, the fall of Eberflus and his defense, man.
Oh my God. I mean, like, you would expect because of how well Chicago. Well, to be fair, you see how much it's elevated under Dennis Allen.
Dennis Allen's a great DC. Like,
exactly.
That was never going to be the problem for Dennis Allen.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it shows that the talent's there. So it wasn't necessarily Eberflus elevating it to a level that maybe we thought he was. But 13 for the Rams. It's an exciting spot. I don't believe that they're fully locked in on drafting a tackle like Fano at this point. I think
McClendon's their guy.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, imagine that. Warren McClendon. But I'm going to go Mekhi Lemon here.
Yes! Yes! That's my favorite pick to do every freaking mock draft. It's so sexy, dude.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I mean, first off, he's in LA. But two, I mean, the Rams thrive on separators like this. Oh, yeah.
It's hot.
It's my favorite pick for him too. But yeah, no, Mekhi Lemon makes so much sense. Like, they need a long-term 2/1, a 1A, 1B, if you will. And Mekhi Lemon's such a fucking baller. So there you go.
I don't know why I was so invested in that, but I had to be.
Well, I mean, to be fair, no one really talks about wide receiver as an early pick for the Rams. A lot of people say corner. I'll just say this. There's going to be some good corners at pick 29.
Oh, dude, yeah, the back end of the draft, it's like, whoa, or back into the first round, should say. Baltimore, I need to know who the coach is, man. Like, I need to know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because there's part of me that's like, hey, you know what? We could take Spencer Fano here and just play him at guard if we're going to be running like a lot of outside wide zone stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And call it a day. If you want to go Denzel Boston, I think that's a-okay right here as well.
Ooh.
Defensively, you could take the shot on Keldrick Falk. And I guess I don't need
a 3-tech.
Yeah, I don't mind. Jermod McCoy also is a shot that I don't mind. So there's a lot of options with this pick.
Yeah.
Like a ton. Even dude, Caden McDonald, you got Ione. Or Ione.
I think it's Ione. Might be.
I've heard so many people say it differently, and people have told me that the Penn State roster page is incorrect with its pronunciation, and I'm like, I don't know what to believe.
You know, we got bamboozled, man. I just call him Vega for that reason.
Oh, I love it. Vega's such a great. I don't know why I hear Vega and it's Street Fighter, dude. Kenyon Sadiq's interesting here because, like, I'm just throwing the option out there because likely he's going to be a free agent. I think so is Charlie Collar, but
yeah, we do not care about that. This is also the tight end class where you can draft that type of guy on day 3. There's a lot of very good tight ends.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Fano.
Yeah, kick him to guard.
Yeah, kick him to guard and see what happens with maybe he can be your left tackle. That does involve him jump into the other side of the line. But again, if these guys are that good, like you're willing to take them in the top half of the first round, I don't think you really care too much about them switching sides. It's like the whole Joe Alt thing people freaked out with. Who was another guy? Didn't Will Campbell? No, Will Campbell stayed on the left.
Yeah, J.C. Latham originally did and was better at left, in my opinion. But
so yeah, we'll go Fano.
Okay. Well, I mean, the good news is about Fano you don't need him to work at tackle because you're drafting him to be your guard.
Yeah.
It's just like there's a potential that you end up getting a bang for your buck there. My only concern with Fano being drafted to the Ravens is depending on what Eric DeCosta wants. It looks like he likes the bigger hog mollies. So that's
why I said it's so dependent on who they bring in,
right,
as the offensive mind, whether that be the head coach or the OC.
Right. Because I think Vega fits historically what they are doing, but
yeah, I agree 100% with that.
Yeah, no historic foundation there. 15 for the Buccaneers. I am always able to draft Sonny Styles at this point, so this is a new test for me. So yeah, look at you taunting me like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, part of me thinks about Kenyon Sadiq here, and here's why. So tight end, I don't think Kenyon Sadiq, in terms of the production this year, deserves to be taken at this range. I don't think he's that level of tight end, under 600 yards. He did have 8 touchdowns. So that was a really good bump, 4x from the year before. But the problem with tight end is that if you get a damn good tight end, you retain them. It's pretty cheap to keep them on your roster. So you're not going to be able to acquire one unless you draft one high or you end up sending a lot of picks for one. So this is exclusivity that you're buying. And we are seeing the past 3 tight ends drafted in the first round, all are arguably top 10 tight ends. This could end up being something that provides youth, a whole new level of the offense. And I mean, with the way the OC is like 30, I think, like he's super young.
Did they already replace him?
No, he's the guy who's out right now. But I'm just saying, like the offensive mind, if he ends up coming back, right?
Well,
like,
no, they fired.
They fired his ass.
Gizzard, Blizzard.
Oh my God. It's something like that. Okay, well, regardless.
It was Bowles. Bowles was basically like, or Bowles was like, well, if they're not going to fire me, I got to fire someone. Because it's not like my defense was a liability.
I think he'll end up bouncing back and be a good OC somewhere. Regardless, scratch that last comment. But regardless, I think that Kenyon Sadiq brings the talent floor, the age, the explosiveness, and the exclusivity. Outside of that, what are you looking at?
No, I like Sadiq here because Cade Otton's a free agent.
Yeah. And I think he ended up saying, like, I want to be back, but doesn't look like they're on the same page. So we'll rock it. It's something where I'd want to trade back if I could, but Kenyon Sadiq at 15 is the pick.
All right. I think I already have the pick here for the Jets. We took Ruben Bain, and I think they get the first pick in the second round. And I kind of like some of the options I might have for the defense at that pick. So I want to switch gears to the offense. And Denzel Boston. I'm going to pair him up with stinking Garrett Wilson. You got Adonai Mitchell's going to be back there. So he could play outside in the slot. Wilson's kind of similar in that regard. And you get your big booty bad boy on the outside. That's right. I said what I said.
Oh, Lord. He's such a good blocker, too. Like, it's the perfect wide receiver trio now. Like, you think about it, like Wilson, Mitchell, and Boston just complement each other in every single way possible. And Boston, again, I love the way that he's progressed. It feels like a lower tier Tetro McMillan in terms of like bigger, lankier build.
I could see it.
Yeah, I mean, that was the way I viewed him coming into the year, was a lanky deep threat.
Yeah, I think he's got better like vertical speed than But dude, the Jets really, you go to the offseason, you bring back a Simpson or Elijah Vera Tucker, that offensive line stays intact, and you're just missing one piece, and that's might be Kyler Murray or Malik Willis.
I mean, we'll see. I think I'd rather take the shot on K1, but I'm going to see if you can guess. I already know my pick for the Lions. I'm going to see if you can guess it, because it's not the standard Caden Proctor pick.
Yeah, my mind, I typically go to Keldrick Falk first.
Okay.
Just because he reminds me of not a comp, but just a style of player in like Kaminsky that they really liked, that can stop the run. You can play inside of the tackle and outside of the tackle. And if you're trying to tap into his pass rush, having Aiden Hutchinson on the other side helps immensely. The other player would probably be, again, if we're not going with like McDonald here, I think Caleb Lomu.
I'm going to go into option 3. I'm going to go Monroe Freeling.
Oh, I love Freeling. I don't mind it one bit.
So Freeling is my top tackle available. He's number 19 overall on my board. Took an insane step this year. I held out just wanting to see like the full array of teams and players he faced. And the way he ended up even progressing and how he played Alabama from week 5 to the conference championship, I thought he polished up so much more than I would have ever expected. He declared early, which means he probably got round 1 grades. But they also drafted a Georgia offensive lineman in the 2nd round last year. So maybe we're seeing a new version of the Eagles here, but rather than the defense, we're talking about the offensive line. I think Monroe Freeling would be fantastic to be able to be the long-term left tackle there. And if you want to ever move Penei Sewell back to where he was at Oregon at left, Monroe also has experience at right tackle.
Yep. So he's just, the only thing with him is just he gets out in front of his skis too much.
Yeah. He's a little antsy.
Yeah, but he's got the pop. He's got the power.
Yeah.
And I think he used to play tight end in high school, and it kind of shows.
I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that. We're in a tackle class where some of the boxes aren't being checked. So
yeah. Well, my issue with Lomu is his play strength. I don't think that it's on par with what you'd want with someone like Penei Sewell on the other side. It's like, well, you want to be able to run the same type of plays to both sides. And I think Freeling isn't that level, but much closer.
We're talking about like a top 2 tackle in the league.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm just saying like it's much closer than Lomu.
The Minnesota Vikings. Oh, shucks. So I don't know what's happened with Jordan Addison this offseason. They could bring back Naylor, which cool. But I mean, do I go ahead and make a jump and take like, if I'm looking to replace speed for speed, KC Recepcion, best nickname in the draft, by the way.
Or you mean no Recepcion because he's dropping the ball?
Hey man,
10%. Just saying.
It is 10%. It is 10%.
I love him, by the way.
I love KC as well. Yeah, I loved him at NC State.
I held out.
Yeah, NC State was just like, well, we can't push the ball downfield. Just give it to our playmaker and let him make moves. Like, I think his average depth of target his final year at NC State was like 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, because Grayson literally took his head off McCall.
Yeah,
as their QB.
I think I'm gonna roll the dice with Jermon McCoy. I'm gonna hope he tests out well. Without that ACL injury, he's a top 10 player in this draft. That's the only thing that's really holding him back. He's still pretty high on my board. I think you could argue he is corner 1 in this class. His tape from 2024 I thought was that good.
Depends on the style. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, he's a Flores style guy. I mean, you want to get nitty gritty and beat the hell out of wide receivers. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah. I think that it will be determined by who the defensive mind is.
Yes, if Flores doesn't get a head coaching
job. Yeah. So Jermon McCoy it is 19 for Carolina. Very exciting pick because, again, I usually have some more fun options here. I should have just ended up going after Caden Proctor with number 17 because Monroe Freeling would have been my dream pick here for the Panthers, and here's why. So Icky has that, patellar tendon?
It's patellar tendon.
So he's going to be out for a good portion of next year. But you might say, well, Alex, a first-round pick has 5 years on their contract. You need to have a contingency at right tackle. And guess who has experience at right tackle? Monroe Freeling. So I'm actually falling in love with the idea of that. You have a short-term and a long-term vision for him. But this team does not take Clemson defenders. Otherwise, I'd be very open to someone like TJ Parker to bring a little bit of pass rush juice. A linebacker, I'm not going to be psychotic enough to try and even, debate that situation. It's a bad spot. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of the options here. Is there anybody that pops off to you as somebody that you really like? Because it seems like this is reaching territory.
Yeah, it's a wonky spot because I know Panthers fans will clamor for pass rush, but it's like I don't think you get a Batman to your Robin
Yeah.
with this pick. I just don't see a guy. So you could argue Cassius Howe, but I thought he had a really rough last 2 games to end the year against NFL competition in Gooseby and Bell
Gooseby handled him.
and Maui Noah.
Mm.
Dude, yeah, Gooseby was tossing him, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, if I couldn't love Gooseby anymore, let me tell you, I'm going to be very high on Gooseby next year. If I wasn't high this year.
Yeah.
Because Texas is going to be going to the national championship.
I guess that's a reason. And probably like $4 million.
Bro, they brought in Hollywood Smothers and they brought in Cam Coleman. And
insane.
Rayleigh Brown, too.
Oh my God. I forgot about that. Dude, Relief is such a monster, too. Like, what an underrated player.
Dude, I was shocked when Hollywood decided to flip from Bama to Texas. I mean, I get it, but it's like, man, you would have been the guy, though. The guy.
I don't get it.
Bama.
I really don't.
I get it if you're looking for like team accolades, and he's going to perform well behind a good offensive line.
Let's see. So
I got nothing for you, buddy.
Dude, yeah. I mean, like, this is a horrific, and I mean horrific spot to be in. So I love that. I ended up, you know what? You ended up having some of the even picks. So I guess this is my karma. The little Bardo wheel coming to fuck me in the ass. Sorry. we gotta blur that part out. I'm trying to see, like, looking at the roster, where I would end up even going with this pick. But like, the guy who I want to go with is TJ Parker. Historically, they just haven't drafted that. To be fair, I could just piss everyone off and go KC Concepcion, bring him back to Carolina. What are your thoughts on that? I actually, you know what? I know they just got Tershawn Wharton.
Yeah, but I mean,
part of me thinks,
did all that work?
I'm gonna go Christian Miller. He's a top 15 player for me on my board. Just somebody who brings a lot of dominance, both as a run defender and as a pass rusher. Like, if you're gonna end up having to reach for someone who can end up being a game changer. And I've seen Christian Miller's ceiling as a true game changer. He doesn't need to, again, be the true one there. So let's go Christian Miller and see how it ends up panning out.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. I thought you were going to take one of the edge rushers, because that's kind of my plan here for Dallas.
Yeah. I debated it.
Yeah, I was basically just being content with whoever dropped to me. But I took Sonny Styles. I'm now going to get someone who could put their hand in the dirt, be a 3-down player. It could be Parker. It could be Falk. I'm going to swing on Falk and that upside for the Cowboys.
Okay. The Falk, the only reason I didn't choose him for the Panthers is because if I'm looking at what they valued last year, like, Scorton was way more athletic than Falk was at a similar range of weight. A little bit lighter, but
yeah. Well, I look at Falk and I think like John Franklin Myers.
Yeah. More like a 3-tech style.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that definitely makes sense. But that was not, if I'm going to go for that, I'm going to go Christian Miller all day. So 21 for the Steelers.
Here it is.
So the question is,
Ty Simpson.
Well, is it between, it's KC Concepcion or Ty Simpson? Like, that's what it's going to boil down to. You talk about corner here as well. We've done a good job.
Lucky for you, it's not day 2. So you can't take a wide receiver.
I know, we just never do that. But this is a new regime that's coming in. Not in the GM role, but coaching wise. If you end up getting Shieldhouse at offensive coordinator, Shula at head coach, I'm wishing right now, then we could see KC Concepcion being a really top end option. I think that the Steelers need to try. I'm going to break the mold. Kellen Moore, who's having a lot of success right now, ended up saying, why am I butchering his own line? But it's like, I make tendencies so I can break them. I'm going to have KC Concepcion go to the Pittsburgh Steelers here at 21. I think he's a game-breaking wide receiver, and he's a game changer. And we don't have great returning ability. KC is on the level of like 80%, maybe 70% Percy Harvin. That's worth it at 21.
I'm cool with that. This pick is so easy for me.
Yeah.
Just
Vega.
More Vega, please. More Vega, please. Let's protect. Hey, how about wild concept? Let's make sure Justin Herbert isn't on the ground.
It's a wild concept.
I hear that quarterbacks cannot pass when they're on the ground. That actually, when you're on the ground, the play is officially over. So
that's news to me, because when Brandon Cooks was on the ground, the play still continued.
That's so wild, dude.
I just got to stick that in there. But for the Eagles.
I'm just going to add, you also just drafted a running back. Make it worth it by helping the offensive line out.
Exactly. Invest in your early, young star talent. 23 for the Eagles. A couple ways to look at it. You can look at TJ Parker here as a replacement for Jalen Phillips. You could end up looking at Colton Hood, because I think his skill set leans really well into Vic Fangio's system. Good zone coverage ability, good and off coverage, good physicality. I think he matches up very well. You could talk about offensive line with Caden Proctor, but that's just a very large stretch with the skill he has right now to be able to work via cross training to the other side. Like, that would be the vision, have him be the long-term Lane Johnson. If you want essentially basically what you ended up doing with Steen part 2, I would end up going Caleb Lomu, because Steen wasn't the strongest guy. He had some shorter arms. I think Lomu has a lot of the same skill set that Steen did, but you drafted him at the beginning of the 3rd, not here at 23. So I think what it all comes down to is, are they going to draft an edge, or are they going to draft a corner high? I think that, Adoree is ass, but they've been trying to patch that hole for a while. I don't know if they're going to continue being arrogant in that category. I'm going to say they aren't, and we're going to go Colton Hood, cornerback out of Tennessee, redshirt sophomore, good in zone coverage, physical, great build at 6'1", 195. Kind of hard to say no.
Okay. I'm down with that. I heard you start to consider tackle, and I was like, oh shoot, just make it easier for what my pick here with Cleveland's going to be. Because now I have to go through, Lomu or Caden Proctor, because Proctor kind of feels like the fit for the Browns, but
like a DeJuan Jonesy type with the freakish size.
Yeah, exactly. And fortunately or unfortunately for the Browns, you got to replace potentially 4 of your 5 offensive line spots. So if it doesn't work at tackle, you kick them into guard.
Holy crap. I forgot about that. They have 3 guys left on a contract with their offensive line after this year. Not starters.
I'm telling you, one of those picks, one of their first round picks is easily offensive line. You could debate if the other's wide receiver. I think that's kind of a toss up. I already took wide receiver in Carnell Tate. I'm gonna go for Lomu here, because I do think the upside is really good with Lomu. Continue to add to the strength profile. He actually had a pretty solid year. Did he get exposed against Tech? Yeah, but join the party.
Yeah, exactly. Join the party. I mean, he allowed 8 pressures all year, not a single sack, and that includes him having think about going up against Texas Tech. First off, that alone is ass. Like, you're going up against an elite group of edge rushers.
Defensive line in general. Like, they were so deep, because it was before I think
Regis
Howard Gill got hurt.
Not Regis, Albert Gill. Howard Gill.
And this was right when AJ Holmes was emergent as well. Who's 2027.
They have another defensive interior that's like 270. I don't know if it's him.
Dude, they've been plucking from the transfer portal too.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
they know what they're doing.
Dude, it's not their defensive line. It's not going to lose much next year.
No. But think about it this way. This is a whole nother level, which might make you feel better about Lomu. He faced Texas Tech after starting out versus UCLA, then playing Cal Poly, and then Wyoming. You're not going to be primed to play that type of edge rusher. It will catch you off guard. So I will say I really, really love that move. And even if he kicks into guard, we just said there's some vacancies there. All right. 25 for the Bears. So honestly, Caden McDonald's just kind of the younger Grady Jarrett. Just feels easy to put him in there. None of the edge rushers fit the Dennis Allen 6'5", 260 plus prototype, but I hope he could break it for TJ Parker. I'm just going to go after young and talented and continue to help out the run defense there with Cade McDonald.
Yeah, that felt kind of easy.
Yeah. This one does too.
Buffalo Bills, man. I would have loved if KC was still here.
Mm-hmm.
He is not. I think maybe then you just switch gears to the defense. We were talking before the video about all their missed tackles by the linebacking core. CJ Allen kind of feels like an easy pick here. I think TJ Parker I'm a little tempted by, but they did invest in the defensive line last draft. Maybe you hope that you've developed those guys.
Landon Jackson.
Yeah, exactly. Who's coming off a big injury, isn't he?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was a very serious injury.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Allen, and we'll circle back to maybe edge and wide receiver on day 2.
Okay. Yeah, see, for me, I have the exact opposite approach. I just think I love TJ Parker, and then I like the linebackers on day 2. But you also do. So you could be taking the linebackers off early, which puts you in a very uncomfortable situation if you're there in round 2, and you're like, well, I'm going to have to reach for a round 3/4 linebacker. Not necessarily easy.
I think the edge talent's also very good in this class. So
it is very good. It's a very good class. 27 for the Niners. I think this one's easy as well. If Caden Proctor's here, you got to take the shot on cross-training him and have him be the long-term successor. Like, you just have to at that point. The ceiling is too good to ignore. Have Trent Williams coach him. Can kick him to guard if you need to for the short term. It just feels right.
Very nice. Bye-bye, Caden Proctor. Houston Texans. So they kind of had an offensive meltdown.
CJ Stroud his ass.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't help that you had no Nico Collins. Schultz got hurt early in the game.
God forbid they have like 4 other high quality starting wide receivers on their roster.
Yeah, right. I think the offensive line. Well, I think Howard got hurt in that game as well, and they were without Trent Brown.
Yeah.
But I mean, we just took all the tackles seemingly. So
you'd have to go interior on that point.
Yeah, and I think I'm okay with that. You could still bring back Ingram and look to your other guard position and be like, well, I guess we keep Titus Howard out at tackle and hope Ursary continues to develop. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with Emmanuel Pregnon here.
Yeah.
Like, just the best player on the Oregon offensive line.
Absolutely.
He is a bit of an older player, but I don't care. Like, the tools are fine. Okay. Like, literally that you look at age and it's like, okay, where are your tools at? Right. Cool. Perfect. Right. Come play football for me.
Yeah. No, he also has some tackle upside. Even when he was at USC, he's gotten a little bit more like grounded in being a guard from Oregon, but
yeah, I mean at 6'4", you're probably more of a guard anyway.
Right. But like if you ever need in a pinch for someone to kick out a tackle, I think he has over 34-inch arms, if I remember correctly. I don't know if we have the official numbers on that.
Well, I mean, we will get official numbers, so
we will very soon, yes. But from summer, I thought it was like around that 34-inch mark. So it is possible, but at the end of the day, he's done such a good job polishing up. 29 for the Rams. That first pick was Mekhi Lemon. This pick is, I mean, you're just talking about an embarrassment of riches. Avion Terrell, Brandon Cisse, and Keith Abney. I'm going to go Avion Terrell. Obviously, as everybody knows at this point, his brother's AJ Terrell. But on top of that, screw the nepotism. He's just an awesome player, extremely physical. Even though he's like, 180 pounds? He plays like he's about 190. Like, he's not afraid of anybody. He is essentially the first-round version of D'Angelo Pons. Hot take. But that's just because D'Angelo's shorter and smaller. But I think he can live as a boundary. And I think the Rams just continued to invest in their secondary and continued to be underrated in that aspect.
Man, this Patriots pick. Normally, I there's a player I really love here, but I didn't expect TJ Parker to be here.
Yeah.
Which, hey, dude, Clavon Chason, free agent. TJ Parker, he's a Mike Vrabel guy, 3 down player that'll play the run well. And can you tap into that pass rush upside consistently?
Right.
You just gotta make.
You gotta pull the trigger. Yeah. TJ Parker just made too much sense there. I was really thinking of him all the way into the teens. So it's like, yeah, when you're sitting here at 30 and you're getting a player who's young, talented, you got to pull the trigger.
Oh, bro, I was talking about him for the Cowboys at 20. So
yeah, exactly. So he's been on our mind this whole time, staring us in the face too. All right, 31 for the Broncos. This is a much tougher pick for me that I definitely would love some collaboration on because first off, well, we don't know if Vance Joseph's going to be back. I think he will, but I will say,
he could get a head coaching role.
Yes.
Let's preface that with in a positive light.
Elevated to a new level. Because tight end, I don't think there's anybody that's worth it here. I don't know why center is still an issue. I thought they paid Luke Wattenberg.
He got hurt.
He got hurt.
He's not been playing.
I think he got paid though.
He did get paid, but he got hurt. That's why center's not an issue. It's just he hasn't been
right
on the field.
Okay. Fair enough.
He got paid and then he got sent to IR.
Love that. But I've seen a lot of defensive interior picks with Caleb Banks. I think it's just people going BPA because it's just not a team that makes.
John Franklin Myers is a free agent.
I don't know if I would want to replace John Franklin Myers with Banks though. I might be willing to, but I'm just not a big Banks guy. That's like my big thing. I need
to see it at the Senior Bowl. I was telling, I was doing a mock draft with
Bengal.
No, not Bengal. It was Cade in his crib, who we met down at the Senior Bowl, and a couple of the guys were high on Banks, and I was like, "Listen, I like Banks too,
right? But
I need to see more of it. Like, what we got all of 90 snaps this year and the back half of 2024." I like him, but I need that security. So let me see it at the Senior Bowl.
I'm throwing a crazy curveball here. I think they end up trading out of this pick just based on the fact that like Simpson's still there. Maybe a team like the Jets end up trying to make that move to get that 5th-year contract. I'm going to go Josiah Trotter, linebacker out of Missouri. I think the upside's ridiculous. Coming downhill. I gotta
watch that guy.
He's fun, man. Coming downhill, he's nuts. He has some good zone instincts. A little clunky with his movement in space. Brother, of course, and then I guess son of an NFL player there, like
Hall
brother
of Famer, Hall
of Famer, excuse me. So NFL bloodlines has been fantastic. Will end up being a top 50 pick, I think, by a trade down, but there's just not a spot. There's not a player who I think would be worth that 31 spot for him.
Yeah, Seahawks, or at least a couple of Seahawks fans in my comment section hate going corner.
Yeah.
Like, we don't go corner. I was like, you took Devon Witherspoon in the top 10. Shut up. Like, what? It's like, are you the same people that were telling me when I was like, hey, Gray Zabel kind of should be the pick last year? Are you the same people telling me, oh, that's stupid, we don't do that? Oh, cool, you just did it. So I don't care what you say.
We do not care.
Yeah, I do think they probably go for the more tradesy guy, which would be Brandon Cisse out of South Carolina.
Yeah.
Ridiculous speed. He's long. He checks a lot of boxes. You got Woolen as a free agent. And even if he returns, you're going to be looking at that outside spot. If you want to keep, I know Witherspoon splits time, but between the outside and the inside, but still keep a strength to strength. And the defense has been a massive strength for that squad. We love the NFL draft, and now my draft guide is available for purchase. It comes with over 500 player backgrounds and close to 300 player evals. It updates throughout the whole draft cycle. So when I add a new eval or I change my rankings, you're going to be the first to know. It's going to have all the pro day and combine numbers along with analytics. And it's a Google spreadsheet for right now. So you have to include your email with the purchase, but we will be switching over to a website at the end of the year. And if you get it now, it's going to be cheaper now than it will be later. It's a great way to support the channel. And as always, much appreciated, much obliged. Day 2, second round, New York Jets. You are on the clock, Alex. And I'm just going to say, what you do at 33 might influence what I do at 34.
So Caleb Banks came to mind at 33, but that's longer.
Wild enough because I thought I was 33, and that was the name that came to mind for me.
See, I think it's a good pick. A very good pick. There's somebody that I think doesn't get enough respect that could make an even bigger impact. And it's one that we're not going to probably expect to go for the next 15, 20 picks. But I know that I'm going to take him well before that. He is my number 22 player on my board. It is Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, defensive back out of Toledo. Rangy safety. Ended up having, I think, 5 interceptions this past year? Or else he had like 5.
I know his first pick was a pick 6. So this season.
Yeah. So he ended up dominating pretty much every single game. I think one of the biggest issues he has is I think he sometimes overestimates his speed a little bit too much. But, outside of the slip up here or there in the run defense, he's like 90% insanely reliable. And he's able to handle one-on-ones better than most safeties I've seen. I think Emmanuel McNeil-Warren is kind of like a poor man's version of Nick Eamon-Warry. And that's just a hot take. I think Eamon-Warry was a completely different beast. But the play style they play with, the movement style they have is very, very similar. So if you want yourself a smaller but maybe slightly less gifted Eamon-Warry, that's what you can get with Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. But just put him at safety instead of the nickel.
Yeah, hey. Good to see him at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah. Dude, what's your grade on him? You have a top 50?
Yeah. He's 36 on my board.
Yeah, I mean, so okay, this is the range.
Yeah, dude, there's like 3 safeties I have very close within each other after Caleb Downs in the top 50.
So really quick question for you. For McNeil-Warren, what role do you want him in?
I think he could do split high. I think he could do box. I don't like him as like a deep. Like if you run a lot of cover 3, I don't want him there unless you're playing him in the box. I just don't think he's got range like that. And I think everything, I like how he plays with everything in front of him. He's not the guy I want to be turning and running with people.
Sure. I think that in week 1 versus Kentucky, there was a home run. There was a long run that ended up being a touchdown run where he couldn't end up making up the ground. So I can understand the limited range right there. But yeah, McNeil-Warren's going to end up being a top 25 player for me when all is said and done. And the ball production's been phenomenal this year.
I was going to say, if I'm not incorrect on this, I'm pretty sure he's also like kind of a force fumble machine, isn't he?
He ended up doing it at least versus Kentucky. That was the last game I just watched. That was one of the things I noted about him was I think a tight end ended up getting the ball punched out. But
he's got that enforcer type of body build.
Which is so weird because he's 202 pounds. That's
why he feels so much bigger.
That's why I ended up saying play style. He's like an Eamon-Warry.
Golly, yeah, he kind of. I thought he, at least on tape, he kind of felt like he was a mini linebacker, like a dime backer.
Yeah, which is why I like him everywhere.
Here, this is actually bugging me. I'm looking it up right now.
Forced fumbles. He only had 2 this year.
Okay, that's still a good number.
Still a good number. He ended up having 3 the year before, 5 in 2023.
Okay, he's a forced fumble. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm correct.
Sorry, 5 interceptions on his career. 2 this past year, 5 in the past 3. Ended up having 5 pass breakups as well. So solid ball production there. Nothing like the Xavier Watts territory, but still very reliable nonetheless.
So at pick 34, I don't know where Kyler Murray ends up, but I think despite him getting hurt and having an off year, granted this quarterback class and what we're looking at the free agent class, he's going to have immense value somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Ty Simpson here for the Cardinals.
For the record, the Jets, I project Kyler Murray to be their quarterback, so I don't think they're going to.
Yeah, we actually talked about that beforehand. We talked about
I need to make sure that people are not like, dude, you're just skipping out on Ty Simpson. They're not going to have a QB. I'm like, oh, no. We're
whether that's like Malik or
K1, one of the two. I think they'll end up using their pick next year, and they're trying to build the team for this year. The defense is too bad to ignore it at that point. All right, 35 with the Titans. Your first pick was Jordan Tyson. For me here, I think that edge rusher is possible. I don't like the options necessarily. Akeem Mesidor wouldn't be a bad idea, but I think this team is looking a little bit more long-term, and Akeem is going to be 25. He's Trev's edge too, by the way. Ended up seeing that on NFLSC. So that's, something to note. But the players I'm looking at right now the most are actually going to be Keith Abney and Chris Johnson. I think getting a reliable boundary corner is super duper important in the NFL in a very pass heavy league. I think Chris Johnson comes with some potential 40-yard dash concerns. I think the estimation is 4.55. Keith Abney, he's just under 5'10", according to people who have more official numbers, but he plays well enough, in my opinion, to stay on the boundary. I'm going to take somebody who can end up being a true lockdown corner one, just having a little bit of the height deficiency.
Yeah. So you're going Abney?
I am.
I freaking love Abney, dude.
So good.
He's such a my guy.
23 on the board. Where's he on yours?
That's wild. 24.
Hell yeah. There you go.
All right. So I got the Raiders. We got Fernando Mendoza.
Okay.
This is the thing with the Raiders. I want to hit on a premium position.
Mm-hmm.
It depends what they do with Crosby, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big one.
So, man, what to do? Well, I guess you could. Yeah, I could see this being like a Caleb Banks spot. You're swinging on upside.
Have you thought about Elijah Surratt? Just pair him back up with.
I mean, they invested so much in wide receiver.
Yeah,
last couple of years. I'd like to at least believe that they believe in those guys. They run well. Again, who knows what the hell they're going to run next year? But they ran a lot of 2 tight end sets, and I mean Bowers played a lot in the slot. So that's why I was a little hesitant to look at wide receiver here.
Sure,
but I think I will roll the dice with Caleb Banks. Again, I like him. Senior Bowl, make me love you. Make me put a ring on it.
Maybe put a ring on it. 37 for the Giants. First pick was Caleb Downs. Selection here at 37. Chris Bell feels like best player available. It is going to be weird drafting a wide receiver that is coming off an ACL tear and sending him to MetLife. Probably not ideal. Just going to be honest right there. It does kind of end up being the bane of existence for the health of wide receivers. But I'll say this. Chris Bell has played 13 or 14 games both of the years prior. It hasn't been a massive recurring issue in the way that, we can talk about Jordan Tyson and such. Chris Bell's a true wide receiver one. He's very similar to like some people want to call him Xavier Leggett. I thought Leggett was significantly worse. But I would say like a mix of, you look at AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, like you could talk about a much lighter version of those two. But even if you get 80% of that, it's worth it at 37. And you need to do whatever you can to continue investing in the future of this team, not the present. And so I'm going to go after Chris Bell here, wide receiver out of Louisville.
I don't mind it. I like Bell a ton. I remember I was watching Colin Lacey's tape, the slot for Louisville, and I was wondering, why is this guy not playing in the slot? I was watching Chris Bell, and I was like, he looks so much bigger than what he's built at. Oh my gosh, God. Do I love this player?
One guy?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, and that's wild because like it highlights the player for me. I was literally filtered onto Chris Bell, and I was like, this makes no sense in my mind. This does not look like the player I'm supposed to be watching. It wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
No, Colin Lacey was like a pity selection by the Panini Bowl, if I'm going to be completely honest. The Senior Bowl.
He's not bad. He's not bad.
But he's not Senior Bowl quality. I think they ended up wanting Chris Bell, and they're like, fuck it, we'll just give it to the other Louisville guy.
If I'm being honest, there's receivers there. Okay, maybe not as much as I thought. I was going to say there's receivers there I like less, but yeah, no, he's there's only one receiver that's going there that I like less.
Which one? Talk your shit.
Romello Brinson.
Which one?
Romello Brinson. That's a new guy. I still got to watch 4 other wide receivers that are going there, but
oh my God. I'm so excited for some of these wide receivers late day too, though.
Oh,
there's some good ones.
Dude, the wide receiver class, not bad.
It's not bad. I wish Chris Bell didn't tear his ACL.
I do too. I still think he's probably going top 50 though.
Yeah, that's why I was like, this is the range for him to go. You're taking a potential wide receiver one at 37. Take the risk.
So
he looked great in person too.
I think this is a unique spot for the Texans because I already got my offensive line. Now I can kind of do whatever the heck I want. And I think what I want is for D'Amico to tap into his former playing days and go get himself a legitimate linebacker.
Okay.
There's two guys that I like on the board here. I think I'm going to go with a bit of the safer option.
Okay.
In Anthony Hill Jr. Just a guy that's really good at all three levels when you think of like coverage, pass rush, run stuff. I think he does them all exceptionally well.
Yeah. Was the other guy you were looking at Golday or Rodriguez?
Golday.
Yes.
Golday's a freak.
Yeah, he is. Okay. I'm glad that we're on the same page then.
Yeah.
All right. I was like, you just gotta tap.
Dude, I love Rodriguez, but once that third round hits, then I might start thinking about him.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, Cleveland. We have right now drafted Fano and Tate. Looking at their roster, I feel like wide receiver wise, I'm pretty happy with it. Again, offensive line wise, probably still dip into that. Like, there still are players here that I like. You even go after Blake Miller, Caleb Tiernan, Carter Smith if you want to guard. I don't want to continue going down that path. That's a dangerous path for us to go. Center wise, are they locked up for the long haul?
No, because Posick is a free agent and he's coming off an Achilles.
Well, we're not going to do much better.
Yeah,
we're not going to do much better. We're going to get Connor Lew here, the center out of Auburn. He's coming off an ACL tear, but it's a pretty weak. It's a pretty weak center class, and I think we can be patient.
I don't think that's fair. I think it's actually not bad.
Okay,
but continue. A lot of the good, like a lot.
Well, Brailsford
a lot of guys returned.
Regressing a bit. Yeah, exactly. Brailsford regressed a little bit. Logan Jones.
He was banged up all year.
He was, but still some sort of regression. Logan Jones, he's done a good job, but I don't think we're talking about him here into this territory.
No. Yeah, no, there's no centers here.
Right. So it's like we're talking about starting quality. I don't like the class outside of Connor Lew, which, I'm not even the biggest guy on Connor Lew. I just think that's a super high floor option. And when you go for the interior of the offensive line, you don't necessarily need to get flash. Sometimes you just need to get consistency. So Connor Lew it is.
All right. So I'm between a rock and a hard place with the Chiefs pick because there's what I really, really want to do. And then there's, this just makes perfect sense for a team that's going to be back in the title hunt next year. In theory.
Jadarian Price is one of them?
No. Actually, I'm not even thinking of running back because I don't know why in my head they're signing Breece Hall this summer or this.
They easily could.
Yeah.
They could.
Yeah, I mean, they were trying to trade for him. So
okay.
Yeah, and it's a good running back free agent class. I think that's where you get your running back.
Fair enough. Are you looking at Akeem Mesidor?
I am. Mesidor is this makes so much sense for Spags.
But I have one that I think I know the other guy, Omar Cooper.
It's Omar Cooper, baby. I'm taking Omar Cooper.
There we go.
Freaking love Omar Cooper. Listen, I love Jalen Royals too. Yeah. Not like I love Omar Cooper. At first I was like, you know what? His route running could get, it could be a little bit more polished. And then some routes I'm like, oh my gosh, he is smooth as hell. I'm a sucker for a yak. And let me tell you, baby got yak. I'm going Omar Cooper.
Yeah, no, Omar is fantastic. And he's made some of the biggest plays this year. Obviously that crazy toe tap touchdown.
That saved Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah. So Omar Cooper Jr. is fantastic. Big fan of that selection there. I mean, I was looking at Mekhi Lemon at round 1. I mean, this is kind of the poor man's Mekhi Lemon, if you think about it. Like, based on the role,
he's not going to have the height deficiency.
Not skill set. I'm saying the role.
I got
the vision for what he'd do. 41 though for the Bengals. First pick was David Bailey. The reason why I would maybe pause on David Bailey in the first, because you can go after Akeem Mesidor here. Not saying it's impossible, but definitely not going to do that. Honestly, I'm just going to go best player available. And for me, that's actually Dylan Thieneman, defensive back out of Oregon. I think you just need to continue getting dudes. And Dylan Thieneman, we'll see what he tests out at. That's something that I do worry about. But, I mean, he's been rock solid reliable every time he gets used properly as a flex between box and deep safety. And I like the flexibility there. It's just, Purdue ended up kind of giving him a little bit of the shaft last year, and he finally got used properly this year.
Yeah, with Thiemann, I think it's like straight line speed's going to be good. It's when he has to like move laterally.
That 10 yard split, I think, is going to be a little bit concerning compared to the 40.
Oh, yeah. So I took Jeremiah Love for the Saints because why not?
Why not?
Win in Rome. This is a team that probably does need another wide receiver.
Sure.
You could definitely go with defense as well. I think going with the pass rusher here makes a lot of sense, whether that's Mesidor. I'm a big fan of Joshua Josephs.
Joseph works in that system too.
Yeah, and I'm kind of banking on like his best footballs ahead of him. Keep filling out that frame. I mean, dude, they traded for freaking Devon Vele, who is closer to 30 than he is 20. I think I'm just gonna go with Elijah Surratt, who just looks like an NFL wide receiver. Pair him up with Chris Olave.
Yeah. Somebody ended up, so this is something I got to call out. Someone posted a video of Elijah Surratt running an in route, and they're saying like he's extremely slow. I don't think he's a great straight line athlete. There's a reason why. There's a lot of like back shoulder fades, and like there's a lot of placement that's involved with Elijah Surratt. But have some integrity and understand that guys that are just running some warm up routes are probably not running it at full speed.
And
you know what I mean?
On top of that, he knows how to run routes. Like he knows how to create that space. It's not like, oh, these are consistent contested catch situations.
Right. So you're going Elijah's, right?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Elijah Surratt.
Do you know is like on third downs, he had 8 touchdowns this year, and the second best had 4 in the country. He lapped the second best.
Dude, that's
badass.
I thought I wasn't going to like him this year. It was like, he's probably going to be like a third down. Yeah, or a third round big body contested catch guy. Those just aren't my type, but just he wins at all levels.
Right. I know. I mean, he really is just a true. I don't think he'll be a 1. But I don't think you need him to be a 1.
You have Olave. Yeah.
Right. At 43 for the Dolphins, someone who just wins consistently, and it's a position of need and honestly a way just to reestablish a floor. Akeem Mesidor. Like I feel like that is a Jalen Phillips replacement. You know what I mean? What do you think that's the right move?
I mean, you're going from one hurricane to the other.
It's true. It is true. Do you think that's the right move though?
For me, the Hurricanes. Wow. Sorry, I'm talking about an actually good team. The Dolphins. They're in a weird spot where I think the age is the only thing stopping me, just because this team looks like they're going for a rebuild. They're going to need a new quarterback in a year. Right. Depending on your faith in Tua, are you in position to draft an older player this early?
He'll be 25 years old.
Yep. So basically dead.
6 feet under by the time you're competing. I'll say this. He'll be hitting his prime once hopefully your rookie quarterback ends up coming in and making an impact. And I think this is like the biggest thing for me. Talent-wise, if age weren't a factor, he's a first-round player. So we're already adjusting for that.
Yeah.
If age becomes the biggest issue, I think you did a good job. And there are going to be teams when they're 28, 29 years old that will want him if you guys aren't in place to make that. So I'm going to go Akeem the Dream, Mesidor right there. Just production.
I like that. Akeem the Dream.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody else has ever said that, but if not, I'll be taking license and royalties for that being put on t-shirts. Thank you very much.
Oh man, I'm looking at the Jets pick here and it's like, man, we got Ruben Bain, we got Denzel, we got EMW. That's never going to stick. It's just too hard to say. So like what else could I possibly want here? You could you could go after a running back, but I think they're going to make a big effort to keep Brees, whether that's a franchise tag or not.
Yeah.
Even if they don't, I think I'd rather just, if you're not getting love, then just go to free agency. It's much better.
Okay. Yeah, so you wouldn't go Jadarian Price.
No, I'm actually, I got those guys a little further down. Because like Price has got the fumble issues. I love the build. The dude is freaking yacked.
Yeah. He's a beast.
Yeah, I still love me some Jonah Coleman, even in a down year where he was a little banged up. I think that's why he pulled out of the Senior Bowl too.
Yeah, I think so.
That's just that's the thing with that. Where am I going? Am I going corner?
There is Chris Johnson.
There is.
Could
Chris
I throw
Johnson.
a name out?
You can please.
Jake Golday.
Linebacker, because Quincy's gone. Well, they got Kiki, who's, I mean, that shouldn't stop you, but
I was like, and
yeah, I know, right? I think actually you might like where I'm going with this.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Lee Hunter.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, stack that interior. We're gonna renovate the defensive line. Hey, this is Aaron Glenn. Let him have a defensive draft. And I mean, you've hit the secondary. You got a tone setter. Ruben Bain's gonna be just fun as hell, and Lee Hunter. Oh, you're gonna get after it.
Yeah, those are some ballers right there. All right, 45 for the Ravens. Tell me that if Akeem Mesidor were here, that's not like the pick the Ravens would go after. Like that it just feels like an Eric DaCosta thing to do. But we don't have that ability anymore. We've addressed offensive line. It's a weird spot for this team because it's like, where do you want to just invest? I think corner's open. Oh, you ended up debating it earlier. I would look.
Did.
Do you think that it's a priority position for them?
No, I worry more about like the trenches on both sides.
There's not really good 3-tech available right now from what I'm looking at.
Yeah, if there was a wide receiver with size that I loved at this pick, I'd contemplate that.
Right. Which Surratt's not here. There's a player who I look at pick 80 that I really, really like. And I'm hoping that we don't snipe him earlier than that.
Yeah, I have a feeling I know who. If we're talking about the same type of player, like body-wise, I think I know who we're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about. All right. Well, fuck. All right.
It's gonna be funny when it's not that guy.
It's definitely not. We're totally on different pages right now. I'm gonna go Chris Johnson. I'm just gonna go BPA. I know somebody who has him as corner 1 in the class. I'm not there, but this is just high quality defensive backs are never in short supply. Like you need or are always in short supply. So you can always get more and more and more. And super smart in coverage, like someone you could put all around. He shined at San Diego State. I wish he ended up playing higher tier competition and also ended up playing against North Texas, but is what it is.
So with the Bucks took Kenyon Sadiq, and I think this is where I'm going to go edge.
Yeah.
Dude, Bowles loves exotic fast cars for pass rushers. That's oh gosh.
You got a couple of them here.
Yeah, I really didn't notice that until I was here.
Embarrassment of riches.
I was literally just going to run the pick in for Joshua Josephs, but I'm looking at Cassius Howe and I'm like,
yeah,
do I just bring him in and figure it out? Are you my off ball or are you my pass rush? Are you a little bit of both?
Right.
I think you do that. I'm going to go with Cassius Howe. I love Cassius Howe. If it wasn't the length, and it's not just you look at a number and you're like, you see it on the field.
Right.
Like that game against Gooseby was tough.
Very tough. Very tough to watch.
Golly, he had a good year, though.
Why did he go back? That's my question.
Did he have eligibility like that?
Oh, no, I was saying Gooseby.
Oh, Gooseby. Oh, dude, they're going for a natty. This is the Ohio State situation.
I know, but this is somebody who could have ended up being like pick 3.
You know what's funny? If they think they're doing the Ohio State, but it ends up being the Penn State scenario.
That would be insane. Penn State didn't get Cam Coleman, to be fair. If Penn State...
they brought in like 3 wide receivers, though, from the portal.
Yeah, to be fair, they were kind of bumps.
And they brought it, like a lot of guys decided to come back.
True. Yeah, no, it was kind of like a let's go back kind of thing. But for the Colts, I want to go through the trenches. I don't see anything that's really standing out to me right now in terms of value. I'm going to go Jake Golday, linebacker out of Cincinnati, and just have somebody who's a freak. Dark horse is corner if you do end up seeing Javarius Ward retire because of the concussion issue, but let's cross that bridge when we get there.
That sucks, man. That's like one of my favorite corners. I love Ward. He's so freaking feisty.
He is a great player.
So I got the Atlanta Falcons. This is their first pick. Stefanski in tow. They brought back Ulbrich. That's right. That's how you say his name, right, Jeff? Yeah. I think his son's going to be doing media, so
the prank caller.
That's great. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think offensively this team should be great. They'll figure it out with Penix if he's the guy next year or not. So I suppose you jump to the defense and it's like, wow, this is a defense that doesn't really need a lot either.
It's a very underrated team.
Yeah, it's a very good team. There's a reason why they were hot down the stretch. Even
what if
with
they brought in Kyler Murray? What if Stefanski's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Just bring Kyler in.
Yeah, I think Kyle Pitts is back with the squad. I guess if anything, maybe you look for a wide receiver too, but
yeah,
the only wide receiver at this. Oh, you know what?
There's Jeremy.
Yeah, but I think I'm
Jacoby at ceiling.
I'm looking for more flash, and there is a flash. You keep the Georgia man in Georgia. I don't know why this is just like
potential first round pick.
Maybe if his average depth of target wasn't like behind the line of scrimmage.
Real. Not
to say he can't attack downfield. That's just how Georgia used him.
Yep.
So it's like that's just a role where he's going to have a lot of forced missed tackles, and maybe it's inflated a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, you get the speed. He is a track athlete. This is 48. Yep. Do I love that here? Maybe not. I think I probably end up taking it though.
Okay.
Yeah. I think if anything, it's a good. They don't have that. Yeah, they don't have that, and it just makes for good media.
Sure. The son, Zachariah Branch. It is. All right, Vikings 49. It took Jermod McCoy in round 1. Hell yeah. Center would be something I'd look for here. I think they have some guys that they've done a good job patching it for the time being. Jadarian Price is someone who I would think about here. I know that you're a little lower on him. I have him in this
I would think about him here, honestly, too. I'm not that much lower.
But I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to go Zaki Wheatley, defensive back out of Penn State.
Oh, you're speaking my love language, dude.
I fucking love this guy. He's a top 40 player for me. And the way he is just so reliable. I mean, technically he had an 11.5 missed tackle rate this year, but that's not normal for him. It's been much more consistent than that, but still, he's been getting consistent run stops. He's been reliable, getting better every single year. So I love it. Ended up having, he had a season-ending injury, correct? I thought he had a season-ending injury.
Here, let me.
I'm tripping balls. He played 16 games in 2024. Never mind. But he's somebody who's just consistently improved year over year. PFF grade 66 to 78 to 85.
Oh, no, he started in all 12 games.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, opted out of the bowl.
Right. So I still think he's a top tier back, has a ton of experience in defensive back, and you pair him up with somebody who has been not playing since January 2025, you end up having some consistency there with your more wild round 1 take.
Yeah. You remember over the summer, I was like, I don't think I've seen a guy have so many fumble recoveries called back.
Yep.
Dude, and I remember, I think it was the Oregon game where I was like, there it is again.
There it is again. It is again.
What's your best trait? I create turnovers that get reversed. Oh, man. So Detroit Lions.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, right. Detroit Lions, Monroe Freeland. I love that. I think he's just the best player on my board. I'm going with Joshua Josephs.
Okay.
Get that guy that can just fly off the edge. He's got ridiculous length. He's continue to fill the body out. But even if he ends up being, I imagine he's going to be in the 240 range. Still has the frame to add more, but he's better put together as a run defender than I think people give him credit for.
Sure. I mean, yeah, Tennessee knows how to develop their edge rushers for sure. And he had an 8.2% run stop rate per PFF. Again, not the gospel, good guideline. Still pretty damn impressive for someone of his build. 51 for the Panthers. We skipped out on a pass rusher in the first to get Christian Miller, which still provides pass rush, I dare say. But you got R. Mason Thomas here. Kind of hard to complain about that. I would also like to throw in linebacker because you could try to reach for Jacob Rodriguez at this point. I would say his coverage grade is deceptive because he ends up getting sniped with layered passes a little bit more than what maybe people give him credit for. But I think going after somebody who is a tenacious pass rusher is just never a bad idea. If you want to get someone of a little bit more size, you can debate whether the DUI of Zion Young is worth it, or deny Dennis Sutton the consistency, or Derek Moore, who brings kind of the full package there. But 83, I do worry about us taking all those players ahead of time. And I might just want to get someone who has a great motor, 20+% pass rush win rate, and he's been consistently dominant when he's on the field. I'm going to go R. Mason Thomas here, edge rusher out of Oklahoma.
Yeah. I like that.
He's just a good player, man. I mean, it's you just got to continue adding to your roster of just good players.
Bro, I'm absolutely lost with what to do for the Green Bay. Because I know it's not going to make anybody happy. Nobody's going to be happy here.
I have an idea. Julian Neal.
I like Julian Neal a lot.
It's early.
Great size. It is a tad early, but I mean, he might not be around next time they pick.
Yeah.
He's a good athlete.
There's not many good options here, I will be honest.
There isn't. Because I was looking at the corner, and I mean, we actually sniped a lot of them. And I mean, I look at Pons, but he's going to be playing probably a slot in the NFL, so
right.
I had to
he's going to be
that.
Yeah, 170. It's just tough.
Yeah,
tough
and even like I think Caleb Tiernan was also a thought, whether it's tackle or guard.
Yeah.
Because what they got, Rashid is a free agent. I don't know if they're kicking Jordan Morgan outside or if they're going to keep him at guard. They also have Aaron Banks, who could be a cap casualty. I mean, he's fine, but he's just getting paid a lot.
A ton. Yeah.
So
we all didn't like that move.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm going to go with Tiernan. I think he's just a very safe, high floor pick.
You know what I think of Caleb Tiernan. So I have him much higher than the consensus, but it's just tough to take somebody that you don't think will go in that range.
Yeah, so, I have him a little higher than this pick. Like he's top 50 for me. But
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, I liked him coming into the year, bro.
I didn't even remember that. I can't lie. I can't even remember that. But yeah, Tiernan for me is he's top 32. I really, really like him. But that last game versus Akis, where he allows 7 pressures, wrong taste to leave in someone's mouth if they're trying to stand behind you. I'll just put that out there.
To be fair, Akis kind of needed that game. Oh.
Yeah, he desperately needed that game. But that was the pick I was going to make for the Steelers, by the way. That's why I was very silent while you were talking about Tiernan, because I think that would have been a great move for us. Could go Blake Miller and then kick. Why am I forgetting our own right tackle's name? Off the Washington tackle, Fontenot.
Fontenot,
yeah. Kick him back to left tackle where he was at Washington. Could end up doing that. I don't think Blake Miller's that special, but he's still, this is a good range for him to go. We already took wide receiver. Quarterback is absolutely off the table. Like, is there anybody that's sticking out to you? Again, corner-wise, look at Julian Neal. Davidson Igbinosun feels much more Pittsburgh than the other two.
Yeah.
It's like, is there anybody who's sticking out here to you?
I mean, specifically, not really. I feel like you kind of already checked a box with wide receiver, but kind of where I wanted to go. Y'all had so many safety issues. Like, I imagine Ramsey comes back and he's playing safety. So, and I say safety issues as in injury related.
Right. Well, we were cycling in veterans like it was nothing.
I mean, your linebacker core is kind of trash.
I just doubt we end up taking one here at 53. Well, we'll see though. Honestly, I'm going to go out on a limb. People are not going to like this. I get it. This is someone who I believe in. I believed in for a couple of years now. And I think that his reduction in penalties is not reflective of his play style, because I think he got away with a lot more. I'm looking at Davidson Igbinosun, corner of Ohio State. He's going to be 6'2", 195. He's going to test extremely well. 5-star He's been the number one there at Ohio State for multiple years, essentially, because he ended up taking over for Denzel Burke when he started having issues last year. And I think he's a true starting boundary corner in the NFL. Just needs to be smarter with the physicality, which is what the biggest issue with Joey Porter Jr. was coming out, was having a lot of issues with his physicality. And he's panned out pretty damn well. And I think Jalen Ramsey would be an excellent mentor for Davis Igbinosun. So trade back if you could to get him, but not many corners who have that build and have that ceiling in the class.
Man, Philadelphia Eagles took who did you take? Colton Hood. That's pretty solid. I think I like what I'm gonna do with this pick.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Carter Smith, the tackle out of Indiana, but he's probably gonna play guard for the Eagles. Steen, he was all right. He had some good and some bad this year. Landon Dickerson has some ongoing knee stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I think kind of like just keeping the trenches clean, good, developing, keeping our strength to strength is probably the way to go.
All right. What do you think about Igbinosun, by the way?
This season?
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. I thought he did. I don't think he dialed the physicality, or at least I don't think he was as discreet as the lack of penalties showed. I just don't think he was flagged as much, but I do think it got better.
Yes. Well, that means that we're on the same page. All right, 55 for the Chargers. You took Vega, round one.
Yeah.
We can breathe. Hallelujah. Could go Jennings Dunker and put him to center because you can't get worse. That'd be entertaining. But I just don't think Jennings is a round two player. I don't think you do either. So.
Yeah, not two.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of fringe. He's in that like mid day two.
Really? Okay. I have him solidly day three. Of course, system always matters. We'll see what ends up being.
He's such a good run blocker. I'm just kind of a sucker for that.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a class that's like, listen, if you got that one thing you're exceptionally good at, I'm probably going to bump you up because we're looking at a ton of guys that I think that don't really have that trait that they can hand their hat on.
Like for the Chargers, I don't really know a genuine position that they're kind of desperate to fill in the way that outside of that initial interior offensive line spot. Like I do feel like Dunker could end up being overdrafted to the Chargers because of the fact that the starting center class is weak. They like the physicality in the run game, reestablish it, and then Vega and Dunker on the inside even though I think Dunker is a day three player, a difference compared to what they have now. So I'll go after it. We'll go Jennings.
Okay. Making sure Justin Herbert never has to lay on the ground again.
Well, Dunker's not the best pass protector, but they could end up having
theory, he's playing tackle, so in theory,
he should be better.
It should be better, yeah.
Should be.
Jacksonville Jaguars. This is kind of fascinating. What let this team down? Stopping running the football. Like, okay, go win, go, dude. They were like what 6 yards per carry.
Yeah, they're
in the playoff game. Like, what the heck? I think corner's an option because I think Brown, who surprisingly they've developed pretty well.
How about Montark?
Yeah.
I
think he's
Arkansas
a
corner too,
free
right?
agent.
Yeah, Arkansas corner.
Yeah. Just taking a quick look at their roster page, not even the roster page, just
depth
who
chart.
did what defensively, because I don't think there's a DT that I want here.
Yeah.
And that would probably be the first thing the first place my head goes to. Oh wow, they let Wingard play a lot of snaps this year. I've been clamoring for it. He was okay.
Yeah.
He was okay. They got Eric Murray starting games. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. All right, I'm gonna take a swing on a guy that I really like. He's actually a top 40 guy for me.
Ooh.
He's gonna be at the Senior Bowl. Genesis Smith, I think, is a big freak athlete.
Yeah.
That needs to learn how to tackle properly. But even when he gets a hand on somebody, he's so stinking strong, which it's kind of deceiving because he's kind of lanky-ish. But you could just see how jarring just him touching another player is. So,
yeah. No, he's a beast. I mean, he had a super high incompletion percentage too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 26%. So very, very high. Bears at 57. First pick was Caden McDonald. Jadarian Price isn't a bad idea here if you just want to get, a longer term version of DeAndre Swift. Wouldn't be the worst thing in history.
What was the Trapillo injury?
Patellar tendon. Yeah. So you could talk about tackle here, but the problem is there's nobody here who I trust.
I don't even know why I brought it up.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. But it's good to mention. It's just that's the reason why we're not looking at it. There's no left tackles available. So sign it in free agency for a year and then just kind of deal with it as is. I think that safety with Genesis Smith would have been an intriguing option. AJ Halsey is possible, but that's not the role you're trying to replace for the long haul. So I wouldn't do that myself. You could talk about D'Angelo Pons in terms of trying to convert him into a nickel / safety. That's just too many hoops that you're jumping through. I'm going to end up saying I'm not valuing the DUI as much as maybe I think I want to with Zion Young. He's 6'5", 262. He is literally the perfect edge for Dennis Allen. Super high floor, great run defender, and improved a lot as a pass rusher this year, 17.2% pass rush win rate. I'm going to hope, again, off-field issues do not become a problem. But I'm going to go after a player who just fits so damn well.
Yeah. He had a big step up this year for me.
Yeah.
Because I just saw him as hey, you're good body, good run defender. And then dude I'm not saying he's super twitchy or anything, but I was oh my gosh.
He's better.
Why? Yeah. Why do you move so much better?
Right.
Ooh, San Fran. They're an interesting team because they're definitely a team that would have went further if they weren't all in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of hard to look at that and be okay, well, they need pass rush. They had the worst pressure rate, but it's well, they had no Bosa. Mikel got hurt fairly early on as well. So maybe not edge, but you looked in the interior. It's well, they got a couple of young guys.
Yeah.
In Collins and CJ West, but I think you could still invest in that because Jordan Elliott, I think free agent, but just never has been. It shouldn't be a starter. I think he's fine enough rotation guy. But then who's the interior player I'm taking here, right?
Right.
I guess Big Citrus.
Citrus just didn't have the year we were wanting.
Yeah, and he was playing nose. He's twitched up. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, is that the sexiest pick at 58? No, but I think it's a fine pick. Other areas, I feel we're plucking safeties left and right.
Yeah.
That'd probably be the other spot I'm looking at. Yeah.
Why not get a pass rush focused edge? Like a Derek Moore, or you could even go safer if you want something for floor.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I suppose I could do that. But they also have Huff there, who was asked to do more than he normally had to because of injury.
Right.
So it's it's such a weird pick, I think, for the Niners here because you've already addressed the line. You can just straight cop out and be you know what, Brazzle might be the best player on the board.
Well, they do need wide receiver help based on the status of their core.
Yeah, but is Purdy slinging it over the top? Because that's where Brazzle is going to be making his bread and butter.
The Niners have always loved taking deep threats, man.
Yeah, but I mean, Pearsall is kind of like that.
Yeah, but Pearsall's made of glass.
Yo, that man gets shot. He's never the same. I'm just saying. And you know what? Juwan Jennings was a guy that they got out of Tennessee who I really liked. Brazzle's a very different prospect.
Completely opposite.
Yeah. Wild enough. I actually, if we were going back, I'd have Jennings higher. He's just the type of player I love at wide receiver. But Brazzle, it's not like this is a Jalen Hyatt type of guy, right? He might win vertically, but golly, the ball skills are good.
Yeah.
How he controls his body in the air is just, I think, top tier. I think really it's on those routes that are 10, 15 yards down the field where he's going to be huge. So yeah, you know what? I'll go with Brazzle.
Okay. That would have been the pick I would guess for the Bills at 60 if you hadn't taken him there. So
Oh, shucks.
it'd be interesting to see what you do there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you just kind of screwed yourself on that one.
No, I got a caveat. Maybe.
Oh man. All right. Well, Texans, we've gone Pregnon and Anthony Hill, so guard and linebacker. Again, you could go big citrus here and just get somebody talented on the defensive interior. I think there's a lot of very good players in this class that you can end up trying to target a little bit further down the board. I'm just going to take a shot on Jadarian Price at this point.
Yeah.
I think that the home run hitting upside is always valuable, and you can always just continue churning through backs. And Jadarian's used to being a 2, so you don't need to necessarily worry about him having an ego and trying to be a true 1. Jadarian Price is my pick there.
All right, Buffalo Bills. You want to see something? This is the wide receiver position. This is me putting it on the back burner. Instead, I'm gonna look to the defense. Once more, I took CJ Allen. I think now I'm gonna go and try to improve the secondary and specifically the slot, because like Taron Johnson's fine, but I think he could also be a cap casualty this year. Mm-hmm. And if I'm looking for a slot guy, the hottest name, it's Keontae Scott.
Ooh,
yeah,
okay.
He's a little older, but I don't want this. I want this guy playing within 8 to 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. He has just been wreaking havoc, whether it be in the backfield as a blitzer versus the run. He's been a difference maker. So I'm gonna grab a team that is a championship caliber team, despite firing their head coach, and grab a guy that can help now.
Fair enough. I'm running this one to the podium for the Rams. I'm going to go after AJ Halsey to replace Cam Curl if they don't retain him. So
that's
big,
fair.
Heavy hitter with some good ball skill. Yeah. Again, we've plucked so many safeties. I can't take that risk.
Yeah, no, that's 100% fair. Man, I wasn't ready for the New England Patriots pick, but you know what? Sometimes life hits you fast. My first question, is there a linebacker I like here? And Jacob Rodriguez is the name that that would be next, but I think I want a better athlete playing next to Splain. If I'm being completely honest and transparent. So if that's the case, then I'm going to want to go elsewhere. Mm-hmm. I think I might go wide receiver.
Can I tempt you with Blake Miller to play the right tackle?
No, you can't. I have a day 2 grade on Blake Miller, but I think there's a guard that I like a little bit better that'll allow Wilson to kick back into center, and then whatever you want to do with Bradbury, you could do that. I'm gonna go. He's gonna be at the Senior Bowl. I was pleasantly surprised. I think I let you know. I think I talked about him with you, but I'm gonna go with Keelan Rutledge out of Georgia Tech.
Ooh, right.
Yeah, you are. I get it. Didn't traditionally see a lot of pass blocking sets, but he's so thick and wide bodied that I'm not really concerned about that. He moves with urgency. I'm not going to say he's a quick player, but oh my gosh, he just wants to murder people, and I love that.
I fuck with that. All right, I need to grade Keelan Rutledge. I'm excited to see him in person. Broncos' first pick was Josiah Trotter. This one, I'm just going best player available, and I like the way that you can use him in short range. Jeremy Bernard, wide receiver out of Alabama. I think tight end something that we can kick a little bit down the road in this class. And Jeremy Bernard is somebody that is literally just lethal anywhere but in the contested catch game. That's great by me. That's not something I'm looking for, with Cortland Sutton being more the guy I trust in those situations.
Oh man, the beviet of things that I could do with this pick.
Yeah, Seahawks, you took Cisse in the first.
I did. And I think I'm going to stick with defense, because this team, what they do a good job of, because you look at it and it's like, okay, they got a few stars here and there, but it's just the collective is so good.
Sure.
And they're going to see Boye Mafe hit free agency. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many snaps Uche or Nwosu, I can never say his first name.
Yeah.
I don't know how many snaps he played this year off the top of my head, because I think he was finally healthy. they have Hall there, but I think I want to add another guy. They also got DeMarcus Lawrence, but I think you could add another pass rusher, and honestly, a very good pass rushing class. I think Akis would be more of what they have in Lawrence. So maybe I'm just looking for someone who's going to fly.
Mellow.
I'm between two guys. I think the safer option, a little bit girthier. It's Derek Moore out of Michigan.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Derek Moore is so underrated.
Yeah, I know the other guy that I was talking about, you're high on, like super, or at least last time we talked, you were pretty high on. Yeah.
I
just need him stronger versus the run.
I agree. I think he took a little bit of a step back in terms of the run defense compared to what he was doing in 2024. But I guess this is now on the record. We're going to see Malachi on Thursday or Friday. And then hopefully after the Shrine Bowl and Senior Bowl, going to do an actual like meetup in person and stuff.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool guy.
He is easily, to be fair, I need to watch. I don't know how many of the freaking edge rushers I'm going to get to at the Shrine, but he's easily the best player best edge player at the Shrine.
For the Cardinals, honestly, I'm thinking about him here at 65. But so far, we got CeCe Maui Noah and Ty Simpson. We need to go defense. I'm just going to go after Jacob Rodriguez. He does have the upside to be a Mike, and he's been extremely productive this year. So it's worth taking the shot on this. It's an early third-round pick. Take the ability, and he created a lot of turnovers this year.
Who was it?
Jacob Rodriguez.
Oh, there we go. I was like, I'm hearing the you described this player. I don't remember who you selected. There we go.
All right.
Okay. I got the Titans. What did we do here? Jordan. Oh man, we could keep a run of ASU if there was a player I liked. There might be, who knows? We got a long off-season draft process, but
I could throw a name out there. Is he even in this list? Where's their nickelback? I'm forgetting because a lot of people. I'm tripping. It was Arizona State. Traden Stukes.
Oh, Stukes. I got a day 3 grade on him.
Really? I've seen some people have like day 1. I'm like, hold up.
I mean, he could play inside and out. I think he's going to be older, but I think he's like 23 older, so it's not bad.
Yeah. Okay.
He was an interesting watch. Like, I didn't jump out of my chair, but I was like, oh, this is a good player.
Yeah. Okay.
With the Titans, like I would want to get a pass rusher. I think that's where my head's at.
Okay.
The Gabe Backus is still on the board. He would be my top pass rusher. Then of course we got Malachi. There's LT Overton, who
he's a tweener.
Yeah, he's a tweener that I don't think that's exactly what. Then again, I have no idea what the Titans are going to want. They need a coaching staff.
True.
For me to help narrow this down. So I think I'm just going to go with Akis. I thought about Jonah Coleman.
Yeah. But running back's a good position to target for them. But
yeah,
it's
I think they're fine with what they got.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be a team that's looking and be like, well, this could be an upgrade. It's like, you have bigger fish to fry.
I agree. Question for the Raiders. Do you think that their third round pick from last year, why am I forgetting his name? The William and Mary tackle. My God. I keep hearing Caleb
I think
Ross,
he's their guy for the future.
You think he's the right tackle of the future? Okay.
Yeah. Why? I can't hear you talk.
Yeah, why can't I remember his name? Charles Grant. Grant.
Okay, there we go. I liked him too. He was top 100 for me.
Yeah, he's a fun player. Just honestly, I'm glad he ended up developing and panning out at right tackle. But I think in the wake of losing out on probably Max Crosby, I'm going to go after my boy here, Malachi Lawrence, edge rusher from UCF. Summer rankings or summer measurements had him at 6'4", 263 pounds with a confirmed 35-inch arms. He has a 19.2 pass rush win rate. He's top 10 in the country in this draft class, at least, in both true pass rush win rate as well as pass rush win rate. So got to give him credit where credit's due. Going to be a high quality edge rusher for a team that just needs to continue investing in their defensive line.
Very nice. Philadelphia Eagles, by the way. Colton Hood, Carter Smith. I'm feeling pretty good about that draft. Where to next? I mean, when in Rome, all these pass rushers coming off the board. Is there anything really left to chaw on? And I mean, shoot, I think LT Overton, you could just draft him and figure it out. Oh, there's tight ends. There's tight ends on the board. What am I doing?
Yes. And there's also Deny Dennis Sutton. Just got to throw that name out there.
There is. I think he gets kind of lost in the shuffle, but
it's possible.
Yeah. It'd totally be a similar
to Jalen.
Yeah, well, I was thinking similar role to like Brandon Graham. There we go.
Oh, you're talking about LT? Yeah. LT would be a BG role.
Yeah. Well, I think Sutton can do it as well because I love him. Hand in the dirt, stupid strong. So I'm not doing that. I'm gonna get a tight end. I think I'm going Max Clare. He would be my tight end too, and then we could have a discussion about the other guys. Hey, this is a very good tight end class.
It is. Yeah. You gonna pull the trigger?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull the trigger. Some people have Stowers higher, and it's like,
no.
I'm not there. I mean, it's like this is the range for him, but again, Claire higher on my board.
Yeah. Okay. So for the Texans, I'm looking at Big Citrus potentially.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about him last time.
Right. It's like this is the range where it starts making sense. I do think you can end up continuing to like develop at this point. If you want to go edge, you can go Deny Dennis Sutton for extra depth because our friends of the show, Garrett Football Analysis, loves Deny Dennis Sutton, actually comps him. I don't know if it's a 1-to-1, but does it to Danielle Hunter. So playstyle wise, it is BPA. And it is something that you can end up continuing to have a good run there. I will say, do you think that it's a guarantee that tackle is fulfilled?
For the
Texans?
No.
I'm going to go Blake Miller, right tackle out of Clemson at this point. Too good of value to pass on. 35-inch arms. Even if he doesn't start, you're at least investing. It's a third-round pick.
Is he that long?
Yeah. Confirmed 35 flat.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, man. I feel like we've renovated that offense, at least the offensive line somewhat, for the Browns. And this kind of just opens it up to like, hey, do whatever the heck makes you feel good with this pick. I think Citrus would make me feel good. I don't mind taking another pass rusher. You could always go corner and kind of like free up some stuff for you. Like, what are we looking at corner for the Browns?
Campbell.
Oh yeah, they still got Ward, who's going to be pricey. They probably restructure.
Yeah,
his contract this year. They have let's see. Campbell. I forgot Campbell. They got Campbell.
They did swap.
Yeah, and honestly, like Harden, for first year being kind of a slot guy, was it great? No, but it wasn't bad for a first time starter guy on a rookie deal. Like there's enough there. Yeah, there's enough there to where I'm like, yeah, no, you know what? I'm fine for another go around. Ooh, Malik Collins is coming off the ACL. Yeah, he was playing some really good football. So yeah, like I look at edge and I'm like, yeah, it'd be nice if we could do something about the edge talent. I imagine some way, somehow they bring back Devin Bush. Like, right? It just makes sense.
I mean, they're gonna do that. He was invaluable compared to what they're gonna pay him this year.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it just really just opens it up for me to do whatever the heck I want. And I think Big Citrus just kind of makes sense. Because even Malik Collins, he comes back. He's that pass rusher type that's going to go get after. If you're looking for someone who's just going to eat space, help stop the run, he's that guy. So here we go. Get a fresh, healthy squeeze of orange juice.
All right. The citrus. All right. So big dumb orange. All right, 71 for the Commanders. We've gone after Arvell Reese so far. I think I'm just going to go BPA to keep it short and simple, to keep this episode shorter. We're going to go Julian Neal, boundary corner out of Arkansas, 210 pounds, 6'2", experienced, able to compete day one. And, you just need to continue getting more and more talent on that defense because it's scary.
Yeah. Pick 72, Cincinnati Bengals. Guess what? It's a defensive heavy draft. TJ Slaton, it's not been great this year. So I think we're in a weird part of the DT class where, okay, I'll take a shot with a guy he's massive. He moves well. I think he's going to be at the Shrine. I'm going to go with Darrell Jackson Jr. out of Florida State. You know what's funny? I was trashing Florida State earlier about having nobody on day one or day two. Here we are.
Yep, here we are. Where players go to die, apparently. 73, now with the New Orleans Saints. Offensive heavy, Jeremiah Love, Elijah Surratt. We need to get some on defense, and luckily, there's still some really, really good players here. This system requires flexibility, and it's more primarily a 3-4 with Brandon Staley. So I'd be looking at Romello Height, and then even hot take Jayshawn Barham.
Yeah.
But Barham, the thing that I love about him in this system, I would love for them to draft a pass rusher like Height here, and then Barham there in early to mid day 3. Because Barham's not going to get a ton of love because he's not necessarily a top-end pass rusher, but he is the definition of what you want in an early down edge rusher for a Brandon Staley system. Very flexible, and he's able to do so much. I think Romello Height's going to get a DPR boost, and so we'll end up taking him here over Denai Dennis Sutton, who I think might be your next selection there at 74.
Well, you would think, right?
I'm going to be perfectly fine if you don't, because I have some other teams I'm perfectly happy taking him for.
So I talked all that good stuff about how it's a good running back free agent class, and they'll probably go with it there.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to go with Jonah Coleman here.
I mean, even with Brees, this is still a complimentary back.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he's got that bowling ball build, and you know me, man. I love to bowl.
You do love to bowl. We need to do that in Mobile. All right, so Jonah.
I'm doing Jonah. I'm drafting Jonah.
Yeah, there you go.
Brazen.
All right, 75 for the Dolphins. We've gone defense heavy with Mansour Delane and Akeem the Dream at Mesidor. Still, honestly, don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to continue with like D'Angelo Pons at this point, just because it is best player available. But I find it very hard to justify that much of a focus on the defense without at least taking a peek at what we can do for the offensive side. Offensive line wise, it is a little bit rough. You got Bazontis there. That's somebody that you could try to consider. Wide receiver, not out of the realm of possibility. Jacoby Lane is a developmental prospect who can end up being somebody who's really, really special. Like you've seen the release package. He can end up separating at a pretty high rate for the fact that he's not a plus athlete.
Is he the big wide receiver you were talking about?
No.
Oh, okay.
There's another one that I like more, but I don't know if the Dolphins are the right system for him. Well, granted, we don't know what the system's going to be.
Yeah.
But I think Jacoby Lane goes higher. Otherwise, I don't think he would have declared. So I think he's getting positive news. We're going to take him here at 75.
All right. I hope we get to that wide receiver before it's all said and done.
We're going to.
Okay.
I might take him.
I would have taken him here because it's the Steeler way, but you took Casey Recepcion.
You still could. We need more than one wide receiver.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like you could probably spread the love a little bit. You grabbed Igbinosun at corner. Mm-hmm. This could be a spot if, Kamara Ramsey's kind of fun, but
he's supposed to be back to safety, so that's the thing.
Yeah, he played primarily slot this year, which I thought he was going to crush. And it's not like he played bad, but it was like, oh, I think maybe I like you better. More of a traditional safety.
Yeah.
I did say your linebacker core needs something. And you did take Peyton Wilson in the 3rd round.
True.
So I think I might.
Something?
You could pitch something.
You probably won't listen to it, but deny Dennis Sutton here because the Steelers are just consistently drafting BPA like 3 and 4.
Yeah, I feel like the comment section will eat me alive. I think
You're just leaving him to rip me a new one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can make that pick. I think I will go linebacker. To me,
Okay.
I have a toss-up between two players we're going to see at the Senior Bowl. I really like both of them quite a bit.
Okay.
And it's... Where are you at? We got Caleb Alarms Orr, who's built better. Fun tape. And then the other one is Justin Jefferson out of Alabama. Built a little lighter, but I thought made a lot of impact plays for Alabama. I'm gonna.
He is. Go.
Yeah, he's way at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Caleb, the TCU linebacker.
Yeah.
I actually video that comes out today.
Yeah.
The day we're recording, that you'll see. That you can see. You could watch it right after this. I talk about him a little bit more in depth.
Okay. Did you do like an underrated players video?
Yeah, I did a Senior Bowl sleepers.
Got it.
Because I had to talk about I had to talk about a certain corner.
Absolutely. Which I don't even think he's in this, is he?
Oh, he's in the sim.
He is?
I'm pretty confident he's in the sim.
Ooh, he is. Oh my God. Yeah, we got to get to him. That honestly might not be a bad pick for the next one, but Buccaneers, we've gotten pass rush with Cassius Howell. We've gotten a weapon in Kenyon Sadiq. I actually like Deontay Lawson. If the medicals check out, I think the weight is not a thing I care about too much because he still is pretty enforceful. I'm going to take him here at 77. You need to continue getting somewhat younger in that second level. And I think Deontay Lawson could be that.
Okay, here we go. Linebackers coming, just flying off the board.
Flying off.
Oh, man. I think the Colts, this is a good spot to take a tight end, but do they have someone playing there at tight end? I think they might.
You almost had me there for a second.
Did I?
Yeah, I was like, hold on a second.
Yeah, this is a team I never really believed in their pass rush. I don't know. I think you could take the shot on LT Overton. Like, Coach Lou is a guy that's very diverse with his scheme.
Yeah.
If he's still there as the DC, if he's not taking a head coaching job somewhere else, I've heard his name bounce around. So I think I'm going to take LT Overton. It's just kind of the best value on the board.
Sure. Okay. All right. Falcons. Zachariah Branch was that first selection. I'm tempted right now, even though I don't think D'Angelo Ponce is just best player available. So it's like, that's what's eating at my soul right now. Cause I think he's just such a good player, but I just don't see the role being available for him to make the impact that he should.
Who are they playing in the slot nowadays in Atlanta?
I need to double check that, but
D Alford. Is he a free agent though?
I thought he might be. Billy Bowman's listed.
Bowman got banged up.
Yeah, he got banged up, and he had some good moments. So I don't want to evict him from something he's doing really well. I don't like this pick because we already started out with a wide receiver. I don't want to just double down on wide receiver at this point. It just doesn't feel right to me to do that. It is a very good team. I would try to trade down in this instance, but if I'm going to stick and pick, I'm going to go for somebody who's a little bit freaky. He's also at the Shrine Bowl. I'm going to go Dante Godfather Corleone to be a unique nose to just see what the hell happens.
I think I am notoriously lower on him than everybody.
No, because I'm lower on him probably than even you. But I just think realistically, analysts and stuff just lose their mind. Where's Corleone on your board?
He's not top 150.
He's not on mine either.
Okay, I have him his official grade. I decided not to go past 150 with the Senior Bowl. I was like, things are going to change. But I have him in the mid-day 3 area, and I have like 5 other DTs in that area with higher grades. Yeah.
I just think, there's not many noses in this class that are going to...
Yeah.
It looks based on how other analysts speak about him that probably know more of what the NFL does than you and I are actually talking about what we think about it. It looks like they're higher on him, which, again, trade back if you can.
All right. So with the Ravens,
Oh my God.
I'm curious. Is this the wide receiver you were thinking about taking? I wanted to get a taller guy. He's got some vertical capabilities.
I feel like Tez is going to take this role. Like Tez is supposed to be like, this is literally Tez Walker's role.
I don't know if Tez Walker is anything more than wide receiver 4 on this squad.
I agree, but that's why I'm worried about this selection that
I'm taking Ted Hurst.
Fuck.
Out of Georgia State. Okay, cool. We like Ted Hurst. Yes.
We do. Yeah. Damn.
I have him and Jacoby Lane like back to back.
Yeah.
My board, because it's like I don't love Lane. Yeah. But it's like there's so much more there. I just need to see, like, I want him to do more. Hurst does more.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, so 81 for the Jags.
That makes me so happy. I'm glad we were finally on the same page.
We've been on the same page. We literally just agreed both that Dante Corleone, who I took, but I, out of realism, took higher than I wanted to. We both have the same exact grade on him. I have Ted Hurst at 93 on my board. Just FYI. But for the Jags, I'm going to go after a tight end for him. I don't think they like are desperate for a tight end, but I want to get somebody who's a plus blocker that also is someone who's extremely underrated. He took a massive step up this year. He's my tight end too. And I think that, you know, when he goes to the NFL, I think we'll end up seeing a lot more of him, but I think he's going to dominate the Shrine Bowl. We're going to go Eli Raridan, tight end out of Notre Dame.
Yeah, you really like him. He's in my top 10 tight ends.
So, I mean, it's just, there's so many good ones that more so what flavor do you want rather than are they actually good?
Yeah. It's kind of strangely, you're not going to get your freaking Tyler Warren or Colston Loveland, but it's certainly a girthier class.
Absolutely.
I freaking love that word.
You love that word, dude.
All right, Minnesota Vikings, Jermon McCoy, Zakee Wheatley. We've addressed the secondary. I don't want to go with DT because I don't think there's a DT I like, and particularly here. Oh, we could switch gears. Maybe is there an offensive lineman that you could take a shot on?
There's some centers here.
There are, because Ryan Kelly feels like he's probably played his last snap.
Logan Jones would be fun.
Logan Jones would be fun. That'd probably be the guy I would take. Oh, you know what? This cat played center this year.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Oh, Zune.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's a tall center, but
he had a 96 grade that game at center.
Dude, there it is. And hey, if injuries hit, you could kick him at tackle. That's nuts.
Oh my God. The 31-inch arms himself. Oh man. All right, Panthers, we took Christian Miller and R. Mason Thomas. I know you need to help out the offense, but I don't think anybody's going to complain about the fact that if Deni Dennis Sutton's here, just go BPA. I mean, you're getting floor. This whole entire, I mean, look in your own division when the Atlanta Falcons ended up multi-investing in their edge. Look at what you did last year, multi-investment in the edge. So Deni is going to bring more of a floor. Now you have R. Mason Thomas and Princely Umamielen to be more of the designated pass rushing archetype. And then Deni as well as Nick Scorton to be early down. But of course, Nick Scorton could also be an every down. So do you have any other players that you would have recommended at that point? Or
I mean, I don't love the idea of double dipping after you did it a year before.
That's fair.
But
that's fair. Have you selected it yet?
I haven't.
You have not?
I'm still looking what I'm going to do for the Packers.
We're going to go Justin Jolie, tight end out of North Carolina State.
You're talking dirty to me now. Oh.
Yeah, 60% contested catch rate. Dude's 260 pounds, can burn.
Is he 60?
Really, yeah, 263. Listed.
When did that happen?
I don't know. He just continues adding weight. So, we're going to go after him. Michael Trigg was another option, but Justin Jolie with the frame he has, and then, of course, playing in North Carolina, seems to be somebody that you can just bring right down the road.
All right, we got the Packers. I think this is probably a good spot to take a corner. They don't mind the smaller corners, but man, I think Pons is playing the slot, man. Just at that size, it's just exceptionally hard to believe he does anything other than play the slot in the NFL. Currently, the slot is currently the property of Javon Bullard. on the Packers, so you would be looking for an outside guy. It's just I love Ponds. You're just going you're trying to go against the grain so much, and you're a team without a first round pick. I don't think you have that liberty to do that. So I could take I think Dalen Everett's going to be a good player.
Yeah.
However, I want to do the fun thing. It's Charles Demmons out of Stephen F. Austin.
There you go.
We were. I was talking about this in the video that we were talking yesterday about him, and I remember I dove in like expecting to see a late day 3, maybe a UDFA player, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Took two of my favorite players,
dude. So long, so big, so fast. All things I wish I was.
Speaking of, Garrett and I are going to be like running routes and shit, so you're going to be drug along into that.
Yeah,
so
I'll watch.
Get your hamstring ready,
dude. You want to see my movement skills?
I actually do. We're gonna record it too.
I did we do I only play football like twice a year. Turkey Bowl and Memorial Day. We'll do a little flag football. My acceleration since the hamstring injury is, oh my gosh, bro. I feel like I'm literally the Titanic trying to build up speed.
Oh no. Lord have mercy. All right. By the way, for 85 for the Steelers, I'm going Isaiah World and kicking him to guard with the upside of tackle. He has a ton of potential. We just got to see it come to fruition. Had a tough year, but he only allowed 1 sack on the year. I do think that kicking him to guard, I think he's worth a day 2 pick. So we're just going to be having that as the vision with him being able to support there and test him out at tackle.
All right, so we've addressed the offensive interior for the Chargers. You know what's kind of a sucky thing is they have a lot of defensive tackles that are free agents. And where are they? Where are they right now on the board? Where are they? I think I'm probably just gonna reach on a guy that I think he just snuck into my top 100, but I have early day 3 grade on him.
Okay.
And I think he's more of a pass rusher. And to be fair, this team should bring back Tyler Tart, who was very good against the run. So maybe I am looking for the pass rusher anyway. Okay. And that is gonna be where art thou? Chris McClellan out of Missouri.
Ooh, McClellan.
Look at me.
Okay. I've heard some good stuff about him. Statistically, he's through the roof.
Yeah, he's solid. He's really solid. A 9.7% pass rush win rate, which is like that's kind of right where you want it for an interior player. He's like 6'3", 317. Looks every bit of it. Yeah. I just think he's a little bit aggressive when playing the run. Right. But I mean, he's a player that wants to penetrate and cause some havoc, which all about.
Absolutely. The father himself. All right. We're going to go for the Dolphins BPA. We're going to kick Kamari Ramsey back to safety. BPA. Might as well. Just get somebody who's been misused, but maybe you can end up getting better value than what this year suggested.
Man, you want to know what's wild? I would have loved to take a defensive tackle for the Jaguars. And there's just not more of these early day 3 guys I want to take. That's just not what I'm going to be doing here. So we're going to have to look elsewhere. Man, isn't it strange? Cole Van Lanen coming out of nowhere being, what the heck?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I remember I was like, was this a guy I liked back in like 2020 or something? What the heck?
I know, dude. It's so weird.
It's insane. You took Raritan here, so I can't really go tight end. We could play around with the interior. I feel like Hainsey he's always been a good backup that can really start anywhere positionally.
That's the plus with him.
Yeah, I think we move him back to being backup status. I'm going to take Logan Jones.
That was the guy who I had highlighted. Yeah. I like that. Really good pick. All right. Bears. Again,
Bears.
The Bears. I mean, you could take a shot on the left tackle here. They're not going to start, man. I mean, there's no reason to waste a pick at this point. Safety, if you want to get someone with some range, this is the no man's land. I think that you're definitely stuck with your wheels turning in the water, so to speak. But I'm honestly thinking about just getting D'Angelo Pons because it's best player available, and then just trying to use him everywhere.
I mean, Kyler Gordon has been banged up this year.
He's been really banged up too. I think best player available is just the way to go about it. I mean, on offensive line, that's the only area where I see improvement, and there's nothing here that would improve it. So we're going to go Velcro Pons at 89.
Dude, freaking love him. Like one of the most gritty guys in this class.
Yeah.
So for the Dolphins, you have ignored offensive line, which, you know what? That is perfect. That is exactly the Dolphin way. Yep. I love it. I can't do that here anymore.
Greer is back.
Oh, no.
Back in white.
The one good thing we did this year.
I know.
So I think it'd be actually interesting to take a tight end here with Stowers because that's just really good value.
Yeah.
But no, sorry. I think the offensive line needs help. Austin Jackson, we'll see with him. I think we could probably get an heir apparent and develop him. And I think there's a couple of good developmental guys in this class. With one being, let me whip out the pronunciation, excuse me for a second, Max Ihanachor out of Arizona State.
Isn't he he's African, correct?
Nigerian. Yes.
Nigerian. Yep.
Yes. So sorry if I butchered that. But he's essentially, if you remember Issa Pohl from last year, Washington State, this is a dude that didn't start playing football until community college.
Yeah. So super raw.
Yeah.
Very developmental.
But he's played really well. Like technically, yeah, okay, we'll figure it out. But he put on about 80 pounds over the course of his career, moves well. I mean, it's a slick looking like 320. So I'm all for it here.
Sick. Well, the Bills got bailed out by you ignoring their edge rusher need. Deny Dennis Sutton's here. We're going to just pick that up. I didn't like Landon Jackson that much. I think Denai's on par with the talent of him. So, yeah, 91. Just lock it in.
Classic Bills. Wide receiver still on the back burner.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. Just, you don't need to. If Ted Hurst were here, that was my vision for him at 91. That's why I told you, like, there was no way he was not going to be taken.
Yeah, no, yeah, Hurst is a guy, man. He's a guy that I'm pretty excited about. Didn't even do him in my video that I did yesterday.
Shame on you, man.
Well, I restricted myself to 10 guys I wanted to talk about, and he was a guy I kind of already talked about earlier in the year. Fair enough. Yeah. Freaking what the heck? What am I doing for the Niners? Golly. I think there's a part of me that kind of likes Jalen Kilgore.
Okay.
Because he just kind of fits the mold of a Niners safety. Like, how much do you love Jair Brown?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I think that's probably where I'm going to
have him in this.
Go. Oh, I haven't even looked where they have him at it in this.
Oh, he's at corner.
Yeah, which is weird. Like, I don't know. Safety. Yeah, the dude played more slot. I remember saying this at the beginning of the year. I had him in my corner rankings because that's where everyone like listed him. And then when I went and watched him, I was like, what?
Yeah, the slot safety.
Yeah, and I saved my corner rankings until like the end. It was my last position group I did for the summer. And I was like, I had to talk about him. And I was like, hey, so he'd actually be my like safety 7.
Yeah. It's a good fit though. I do like it. He improved this year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
still a lot of good players on the board.
There are. Rams at 93. They've taken Lemon, Terrell, and Halsey. Really good group of guys. Very good group. Honestly, do we just have like nobody with height and just go Dion Burks? Just get an absolute burner at this point. 4.2 speed. That'd be kind of crazy. That'd be fucking
That would be something.
That would be something. Part of me wants to do it, but I don't think I can. There's a lot of players who have that Dion Burke skill set that you can get for a lot cheaper. I think there's not a right tackle that I like to develop. Well, I lied. I'm going to get McClendon some competition in here. We're going to go Emil Wagner, the right tackle.
Oh,
Notre Dame.
Didn't like him over the summer. Golly, he was so much better this year.
So much. He added 10 pounds. He is so much better. Yeah, I mean, even though, again, PFF dropped his grade, I don't think so at all. I think he did look better this year, and he's the dream developmental right tackle.
Yeah. So with the Patriots, we did guard, we did Parker. I could go linebacker. There's some linebackers.
There are.
There are quite a few, some would say. Honestly, I'm curious how the NFL is going to see this dude.
Yeah.
This might be more like what they have in like Marte Mapu.
Okay.
Who I liked. I really like Kyle Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Vrabel could figure it out. He's the man.
Yeah.
But I think they have Austin Hooper as a free agent. So it feels like, hey, they're going to run multiple tight end sets, getting another guy in here. And I think I'm probably going to lean with at least in terms of size, the better blocker.
Okay.
Michael Trigg out of Baylor.
Ooh. Okay. Trigg it is. Pull Trigg. He was fun to see in person.
Yeah,
He's not an aesthetic human being, though. I'll just say that.
That's
He'll turn to stone. You'll turn to stone if you take too long of a look at him. I'll just say that.
Kind of
Broncos.
You kind of have a tight end here you could just go with.
So I'm about to say, when Josiah Trotter and Jeremy Bernard, I'm going to go Eli Stowers to be the Joker. Really fun gadget weapon. We'll see what Sean Payton wants to do with them.
Ooh, all right. So I got Derek Moore, Brandon Cisse, and I might jump to look for the other guard position there. Or at least
Zach Charbonnet ended up having a
I saw the ACL tear.
Yeah,
with Kenneth Walker, free agent this year as well. Imagine they try to bring him back. Well, I mean, dude,
based on that,
if I'm being real, if you're not bringing him back, Emmett Johnson, right, the Nebraska guy, kind of feels like the dude to.
He doesn't have the breakaway speed that like KW did,
but it's still the acceleration gives him enough of a head start,
right?
And honestly, I think we're at a point where it's like you value the the chunk plays over the home run.
Okay.
I'm not going there though.
Let's go. Okay.
All right. I am gonna take a guard. You can make you could talk about Brian Parker here. I'm gonna go with Besantis.
Yeah.
Out of Texas A&M.
Smart move.
I'd like quality to believe so.
Yeah. All right. Vikings went Jermod McCoy, Zaki Wheatley, and then Trey Zuna. I am so happy that you did not take Emmett Johnson because I am taking him here at 97. Quality one cut back, young, cheap contract. Helps out the quarterback and also really good receiver too.
Yeah. On a side note, Trevor has Seth McGowan high.
I like Seth McGowan, but doesn't he have a fumbling problem?
Shoot, I'd have to go look, but
yeah, okay. But Seth was the guy who ended up having that big breakaway run on Emmanuel McNeil-Warren.
He has a very interesting history. Not a fumble. Okay, it's not a fumbling problem. Like two fumbles this year, but the rate's not bad.
Yeah. I mean, it is in the biggest games, to be fair, Georgia and Texas. But
yeah, McGowan's got a very interesting like story of redemption that like I like to tie on to. But I watched him and I was like, okay, he's like a one cut guy.
Oh my God, he played in 2020, and then he was out for 4 years.
Yeah, well, 3 years. He got in trouble.
3 years. Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm telling you, go look at his story. It's very inspiring.
Okay, good for him, man.
Yeah,
but that definitely disqualifies him from being a day 2 pick.
I don't think so. I think the redemption, because I've heard, the age. Yeah. Okay. I thought you meant like, this guy.
No, not that. Just like he literally is part of my high school class.
Gotcha. So the Eagles have done a little bit of everything. I think I might just go with the Eagle way, take the best player available. Be like, how did we Yeah, how did we get a player all the way here? Ho, ho, ho. There's not many of those guys, though, if I'm being honest. I think the interested one would be Cage Casey out of Boise. If
you already went Carter Smith, though, to be fair.
He's playing guard. Look at him. He's playing guard.
Well, I'm thinking Cage Casey's also a guard. That's the problem.
Really? I think his length isn't terrible. I think
don't think his play style is good for being an NFL tackle. Because he'd be kicking to the right side as well. That's a pretty big move.
Well, no, I'm looking to develop this guy. He's not kicking anywhere specifically right now.
Might I propose Jayshon Barham?
That was actually the guy I had higher. And I was thinking about it you didn't go edge.
I did not. Hence why
good call. Good call. I didn't even look at that. I thought you went edge with one of those picks. I love Barham. This was his This was his first year as a full-time edge player, kind of, sort of.
Right.
He actually, first 2 games, he was a linebacker, and then they finally moved him over. But yeah,
if you want to take him here, I'm taking him to the Steelers.
No, I'm taking him here. Ever since his Maryland days, you were like, golly, look at this dude's pass rush upside. He could probably be a pass rusher if he wanted to.
Yep. No, I'm a huge fan. All right, Steelers, we've gone after offensive line, linebacker, corner, wide receiver. Someone's going to say, when are you going quarterback? And it's not this pick.
Sorry, Trinidad.
Sorry, dude. I mean, he's doing everything he can to stay in college. I highly doubt I think they'll eventually accept the lawsuit. But for the Steelers, I'm looking at Malachi Fields to pair up with Casey Concepcion. Obviously DK Metcalf, but this guy's a great blocker, 6'4", 220, AJ Brown kind of build. Talk about, just 2 absolute monsters on the boundary. And I think Malachi Fields had the highest press rate out of any wide receiver in college. So defenses knew. I know, but it's just defenses knew that they needed to get their hands on him early and often. And being a wide receiver 3, I think you end up getting a lot of, I'm going to give him a lot of bonus for that. So we're going to go Malachi Fields there at 99.
There we go. All right. So I'm looking at the Jaguars, and I think the easy pick for me, at least, would to go get a corner. Yeah. And, Everett is. I don't overthink it. He's a very good player. Right. I think I think he's a guy that should be playing more, at the very least, more man coverage.
Right.
But get him in press. Jaguars, they've kind of already went tight end, center. We got a safety. Let's continue to help the coverage because, golly, their pass rushers can get after it. So. There it is to wrap up the 3rd round, and now I could get you out of here. So thank you for joining me, Alex. Let the fine people know where they can find you.
Yeah, if you guys like content like this, I do something extremely similar over on my show, Hail Mary Sports. Yeah, I love the draft. It's a big passion of mine, and obviously we're going to be continuing to make some awesome content together. So excited for that, and appreciate always being able to be welcomed onto the show and be able to talk about some really cool ideas.
Hey. Always good, always fun. I'll see you in Mobile, but until next time, I'll see you friends later. Bye. Wow, that's not my normal outro.
That was not your normal outro, but
you know what? I was so focused on getting my uploading this video, just get in public, and I dropped the ball.
Oh my God.